Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and everything in between, above, below, and through dimensions, welcome to the one and only podcast on Twitch where your favorite creators mess up and use the wrong scenes rather than throwing it over to the beautiful new artwork that we have. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Under the Desk. I'm your host with an ever-increasing amount of hair, Blazy Bot. And sitting just underneath me is the wonderful Dan Edits, Betty Smite, Dan, Van the Man.
Hello. A cat's decided to join me, as is tradition. Whenever I'm doing anything important, she decides to come stick her face in it.
Good.
She's already nearly knocked the webcam over 3 separate times.
It's because she's a demon.
Paint me like one of your French girls right now. Look at this.
As is appropriate. Oh no. Oh no, that's not what I meant to do at all. So my music at varying points during Under the Desk often decides to stop. And I just, as is tradition, and I just went to replay it and I accidentally played copyrighted music, so we're off to a great start.
Oh, you'll have to see it. I'm already hearing rumors that my mic sounds scuffed. Is this true?
What? We just fixed it. The rumors might be a little bit true.
No, we don't like that.
No. It's fine enough. Right, chat?
Oh,
there we go.
The joy of tech issues.
It's okay. It's Monday, therefore tech issues will happen. It's not Monday. It can be Monday. If I say it's Monday, that means it's Monday, right?
I feel very I'm ready to get nice and comfortable, but the law of having a cat means that once the cat is sat on you, you are then obliged to say
unable to
for
move
the rest of your life.
Yeah.
She's Jay chilling. She's loving all the blankets and cushions, so she's loving life.
Oh my god. Okay.
Ooh,
there we go.
I hit myself.
Everything is now set up.
Oh, lovely stuff.
Everything is fine.
I hope you guys been enjoying the new overlay, because I personally think it's beautiful.
Oh, I adore it. Can we turn Dan up a little bit? We certainly can. Nearly sure that I got the levels perfect, but I must have undertuned it a little bit. How's that?
No worries.
There we go.
I shall speak loudly and clearly.
Dan is now audible to the general public.
Anyway, Mr. Blazybard, how are you on this fine Friday?
Oh, I wish you wouldn't ask me that.
Oh no, what have I done?
You've unleashed a terrible monster. Tell you what, Dan, definitely not because I want to avoid the question, but because I need to add an actual chat box to the overlay, like what should be there. How about you tell me about your week?
I'll tell you all about my week. Well, my week was going swimmingly until this morning when I decided to stream, and I thought I'd have some fun games with the viewers, and then one of my viewers locked in a Xingqiang jungle and destroyed me mercilessly. First item, Rod of Tahuti, Xingqiang, and frankly, it's ruined my whole week. It is a slaying that sent me into the realms of Till. No, not joking aside, I've had a lovely week. I'm living it up with my kitty cat. I've been streaming quite a lot at the moment, and it's very fun. I've got a lovely little community building up. They are genuinely nice people, and videos. I feel like I'm back on the right track. Actually, shall I introduce myself for those? I feel like I should do an introduction as like a baseline. My name is Dan. You might know me as Betty. I make Smite videos about the Smite Pro League. I'm saying this. I guarantee that Actually, no, don't worry. Ignore what I was going to say. But basically, yeah, I make videos about Smite stuff, about the Smite Pro League. That's generally what I'm known for. Yeah, and at the moment, I've started streaming a fair bit recently, and it's been a lot of fun. It's actually been dangerously fun because, I don't know, once you've started, editing is really, really boring. And when you sit down, you think, I could edit for 6 hours to produce 3 minutes of footage, or I can stream for 3 hours to make 3 hours of content, and there's way more memes when you're streaming, so bit of a win-win. But yeah, that's basically been my week: editing, house hunting, and streaming.
That's right. You're looking for a place in London at the moment, right?
I am, and it's been a miserable experience.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, big time. It's just like everything is just like £100 a month more than it should be. It's like hey, this one's nearly £1,000 a month, and this one doesn't have a living room. It's like that's awful. Like,
Oh no.
that's actually terrible.
What's bringing you into London, if you don't mind me asking?
So I'm starting a new job in sort of mid-August. Well, I say a new job. It's actually like to give a bit of lore into my life.
I love lore.
Yeah, this is like a proper lore breakdown. So in January of last year, I left my job to go traveling, which is like, if you look at it in terms of like decisions you can make at that time, is just about the worst decision you can make. Because about a month later, all the countries shut their borders. So that was a bit of a pitter, really. So yeah, I left my job to go traveling because the job that I am signing up for, basically, it's like a trainee scheme to become a lawyer, and they recruit 2 years in advance because they expect you to go through 2 years of like effectively law school. But I've already done those 2 years, so I basically had 2 years where I was like, right, I've got a job secured at the end, so I basically got a bit of time to knob around. I was like, I'll go traveling, and then yeah, lockdown happened, so I was stuck at home, and I was like, I've got nothing better to do. Let's start a YouTube channel. Hence Betty Smite was born. So the channel wasn't really ever supposed to happen. It was more just out of a terrible life decision from me. So that's the job that I'm starting. It's weird saying new job because I've actually basically had that job for like 2 and a bit years now, but I haven't actually started it yet. So, but yeah, that's what's taking me to London.
That's really cool. I mean, like, it's funny how life kind of happens that way, right? Like,
yeah,
I don't know, I always find it one hell of a trip to look back and like think what was the first domino piece to lead me to where I am now. Because it, if you think about it from your perspective, to get into this content creation industry, that was your domino, right? You decided to go traveling, and then COVID, and now you're here. And I don't know, I just think that's kind of trippy. I like it.
Yeah, what's the Blazy law?
The Blazy law, oh boy. So the Blazy law is I'm currently being passed some sweets. These better not be edibles.
But who's passing you sweets?
My housemate just walked into my room to throw sweets at me.
Pretty good deal.
There is definitely an orange one in here. Can you take this orange away from me, please? It's looking at me menacingly. But if you wanted the Blazy law there, Dan, I'm deathly allergic to oranges.
Oh, right.
And my housemate just, because normally sweets don't contain real fruit, right? Normally they're just fruit flavoring. But Starburst contain actual fruit juice. So what happened was my housemate just attempted to assassinate me live on Twitch.
You could have been murdered live on air. Wow, that's something.
That could have been great. That would have been a great way to go. If I ever get assassinated, it better happen live.
That'd be good content, to be fair. Yeah, that on live stream fails.
Oh no.
Blow up.
Oh yeah, I'll rock up to the gates of hell, like, oh yeah, but I got some clout for my death, right? Yes, sir.
Well, you could drop an excellent clickbait video now, like podcast gone wrong. In brackets, like my housemate tried to kill me.
Assassination attempt gone wrong.
Big red circle in the thumbnail, like arrows pointing at it. You go.
Pointing at like nothing.
There you go. That is a content machine.
Like literally nothing. Just a white plain spot in the background, circled and arrows.
Yeah, perfect.
Like one of those emojis where like it's like the shocked face with the 2 hands on the other side of the face, like.
Yeah. You know, I really want to try and tilt my camera just a little bit, just to get the kitty in the shot. But if I move, she'll run off. It's like.
It's a
One of
horrid
life's
dilemma,
biggest
and
conundrums.
I think you should execute the kitten. That sounds like the most logical solution to this problem.
Don't listen to him. Doesn't mean it. Doesn't mean it.
Listen, dude, cats are demons. They feed
Pardon?
on your soul. Cats are demons, and they feed on your soul.
Oh, how could you say that about my kitty cat? Does
Look
a
at-
demon get this? You? I
Look,
think so.
look at him, Dan. Huh? What flavor is the demon?
Alright, I'm confused. What's going on?
What flavor demon is it? Is it male flavor or female flavor?
Oh, she's a female flavor
Yeah,
kitten.
female flavor
It's a
demon.
kitten. She an old cat.
I see. Yeah, well, you see where the female flavored kitten is positioned currently.
Mm-hmm.
That is the optimum position for sapping soul energy away from humans.
Oh shit.
You see, it takes
Oh.
energy away from your stomach chakra and feeds itself on your energy.
My chakras have been feeling a bit off recently.
Well, now you know why. It's because of the demon.
I'm glad you're here to help.
You're welcome. Listen.
No, you can't say that about my little kitty cat. She's so cute.
Okay, so you wanted some smite lore, some Blazy lore. Here's the DL on why Blazy doesn't like cats. All right, never before seen on stream. Basically, when I was a young boy, when I was a baby bird, you could say, I had 2 cats that gave litter at the same time.
Oh,
We ended up with 17 of the little fucks.
17. That sounds like a dream come true.
Well, you'd think so. But, yeah, essentially, I got to name one of them. My parents let me name one. I named it Shadow, because I was obsessed with Sonic. Apparently, when I was younger, I don't have any memory of this, but I was very much into my trains when I was a kid. And my little train sets. And I remember my mum always tells me, whenever you know those like awkward moments when you're at like a family gathering and someone you don't know goes, "Oh, I remember when you were just this high," and you're like, "I don't know you." No?
Yeah, I know that pain. Yeah, sorry.
Right. Yeah, so every time we have one of those situations, and something about cats comes up or about me as a kid, she mentions that I would apparently line up the cats on like a cabinet and like shunt them along like they were a line of trains. So there you go.
That's pretty genius.
Interesting factoid. But yeah, essentially, obviously we couldn't keep 17 cats. So they gave away my Shadow. And yeah, that was upsetting. And then my sisters found a stray in a tree that they then nursed back to health. And I remember I watched him walk down our drive one day, like a couple years after we got him. And I was sat next to the pine tree watching him, and he left. He threw the gate, and I waited for him to come back, and he never came back. And thus, I hated cats for not coming back.
Oh, that was way sadder than I was expecting. I thought you were going to say you got scratched by one or something.
Oh, I mean, that too. They also just kind of suck. You know, like, cats are just mean. They hiss and attack when you just want to give them love. And I don't see the point in owning an animal that doesn't want you to give it affection.
You can't see, but I was pulling like a incredulous face, like, how could you say that? But she is a bit of a demon. She is one of those like, oh, look at my tummy, isn't it fluffy and nice? She's like claws in, tries to kill you. She's now also trying to get out and can't. So do you mind if I quickly go and let her out? I know it's not good podcast etiquette, but she will just sit and destroy everything I own. You know, you're starting to talk me around into this. Maybe they are little devils.
I'm telling you, dude. Even the nice ones are demons.
Let me go save the cat.
Roger that. In the meantime, guys, I'll tell you that the story doesn't end there. My hatred of cats has only grown recently because of the fact that they murder so many birds. And I
That is
mean,
proper podcast, and that is.
yeah. What? Sorry, Dan. What? I didn't say anything.
Sorry. What did you say?
No,
You were
I wasn't
nasty
saying
things about
anything.
cats behind my back.
Something. Dogs rule, cats drool.
I do love dogs as well. I can't lie to you.
Like they're just the perfect companion. Did you just hit your head on the desk again?
Yeah, just like swatting my head. That thing is lethal. It's like designed to like crack heads, as far as I can tell. No, I do love dogs, right? I'm a massive lover of dogs, but they are also, there's so much work. Because basically the dog we're looking after at the moment, our friend's dog, the enormous poodle, and literally to take her on a walk, she's got to be out for like 2 hours straight. She loves me chasing her around, but I'm fat and lazy, so I'm like running after her like, bloody hell. And especially this week where it's been so hot, she's there like, chase me around. I'm like, and I'm so unfit.
Chase me, Dad, chase me.
And honestly, that's my life.
It reminds me of that ASDF movie sketch. Yes, Susie, chase me, and then Susie gets hit by a car.
God, I've forgotten about ASDF movie. That is a
How?
throwback.
How do you forget about ASDF movie, Dan?
There's loads of them now, aren't there? There's like
17, I want to say 16, 17.
more.
Like I don't know. Like some of the more recent ones are kind of hit and miss, but some of them are still really funny.
Yeah, some of them are classics.
Like in the new video, there's like when you go up behind someone, like put your hands over their eyes and go, guess who?
Oh, this is like stirring memories that I forgot I had.
Yeah. The joke in that episode of ASDF is, guess whose hands I stole, and it zooms out to reveal that you have in fact stolen somebody else's arms and are using them to cover their eyes. I don't know, Tom Scott's just funny.
Yeah, that's good. That's classic.
Because he used to do I'm not sure if he still does. Tom Scott still does or used to do like sketch comedy on his own show, on his own like channel. And I don't know if you've seen some of them, but if you haven't, I'm gonna have to give you some homework for the next time that we hang out, Dan. But things like literal drinks, meanwhile, the orb. It's just so funny. I can't describe them to you because otherwise that would be spoilers, Dan. Okay, spoilers. And we don't like spoilers.
No, we don't.
So what part of London are you moving to precisely?
Oh, well, I don't want to say too much because of my
like precisely what is your location?
Me, they will every time I walk out the street, they'll be just throwing themselves at me. Like that's why I keep myself very secret. So North London, I think I don't know how best to describe the area. Like to the east of King's Cross, so sort of like between. If you look at where Bank is and you look where King's Cross is, north side of the river, that street. So it's like Angel, Old Street, all of that. That means nothing to most people.
That's nice.
It's north of the river. Well, it's quite central as well.
That's nice actually.
Because I used to live in Brixton, south of the river, which is it's an area that used to be like quite run down. It's the sort of place that when I said, "Oh yeah, Dad, I'm living in Brixton," his eyes nearly came out of his skull, like, "Oh my God, you're gonna die." But it's not like London's been gentrified to shit. Gentrified severely recently.
Yeah, we gotta clean up the language for the front page.
Sorry, PG-13.
Well, normally I allow swearing on Under the Desk, but we got to be family friendly for front page.
Okay. I do apologise.
You should.
As anyone who's watched me for more than 5 minutes will know, I just like whenever I'm on Smite Game trying to keep myself together, I'm fine most of the time, and then something happens, just the most casual thing, and I'll just shout F, like shout a really like obscene word. Anyway, yeah, it used to be really run down, and I thought I want to live somewhere a bit nice. I'm happy to spend a bit more money because there's a lot of stuff going on around there, but it's also I don't know, not the nicest place in the world.
I mean, that's fair. I feel like that's kind of the same for a lot of places in England at the moment that aren't like Cheshire, like
Cheshire.
I obviously grew up in High Wycombe, which, I mean, if you think about it, is really just greater northwest London. If by greater northwest London you mean not greater northwest London. But But that's
One way to put it.
that's like the rough part of Buckinghamshire, like which is supposed to be. Oh yes, I'm very posh, Buckinghamshire, darling. We live next to the Queen, don't you know?
I like how you say Shire.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
just a pleb who says Buckinghamshire.
well, that's because you're a pleb, really. You've said it yourself.
That's true.
All the locals call it Buckinghamshire, unless they're chavs, and we don't like the chavs, darling. But like now I live in Stoke-on-Trent, which is like, I want to say it's like Florida, but not filled with old people. So it's just crime.
What's the? Oh, is that the bit you're going for? The crime part.
Well, it's
right.
like the nation's armpit. You know.
Do you reckon, you know the concept of Florida Man, where if you every good news article starts
Yeah.
with Florida Man something. Do you reckon that's the England version? It's
Stoke Man.
Stoke-on-Trent Man.
Stoke Man decides that decides he can't think of a good way to finish this bit. So, but
You tried.
I did. Brain no work. What was I gonna say?
I respect the effort though.
Right, but there's a pretty high rate of crime up here as well. But like, it's a nice place, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, dude. It's oddly charming. I never expected when I moved up here for university that I want to stay here after the fact, but I just do. And it's
If
only
you find your place. Then...
yeah, it's only mostly due to the fact that living here is about as cheap as dirt.
Yeah, that is the north for you.
Yeah, the same kind of place I could find up here. So the same kind of place I could find down south, let's say like a 3-bedroom house down south, would maybe to rent cost you, let's say $3,500 a month, plus bills. Up here, £1,200.
Wow, that is pretty.
It's like, yes.
That's pretty excellent.
Yes, sir. I will take.
I remember in my uni, so I went to Leicester when I went to uni, and I remember how much the rent was there. And honest to God, it was like paid weekly. I think it was like one of my houses was £65 a week, which is sort of around like.
That's a fair amount.
Basically, just like nothing. It's like absolutely nothing, and now I'm looking at these London prices. I'm just like, just take me back to the back streets of Leicester.
Dan, you know what? My perception has been so warped by being in the north. You said 64 a week, or 60 was it was 64?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said 64 a week, and in my brain went, oh, that's a little on the expensive side.
Wow. Crikey.
That's really
you can
bad.
never move out of Stoke now if you think that's expensive.
I know. I'm trapped. I'm never leaving. I have decided. I'm just gonna sit in my little corner. Where's my tea? I have lost my tea. Where has it gone? Oh, it's down here. I moved it from off of my desk to under the desk. Which is
Like the podcast.
that's the name of the show. Yeah. Wow.
Does it count as a plug if you're literally plugging the podcast that you are currently broadcasting?
Well, speaking of a plug, Dan, that's a really good point you got there. If you're enjoying Under the Desk and you like these comfy pillows that I've got displayed here, did you know that the shop.spreadshirt.co.uk/blazybard merch store actually has brand new Under the Desk merchandise as of today?
Wow, what a time to be alive this truly is.
Wow.
I know I will be getting straight to that shop after this podcast to buy myself some new pillows.
Do, because they are genuinely so comfortable that I sleep on them more than I sleep on my actual bed pillows.
Nice.
I typically find myself waking up in the morning wearing nothing but that pillow. Wearing?
Jesus. I thought we were keeping it PG-13.
Oh,
Hello, what's going on?
What have I done? Sleeping on nothing but one of these pillows.
Blimey.
I hate it here. I can't believe I have done this and embarrassed myself in front of the world, the whole world.
I can't believe you've done this.
Makes me feel kind of old. Because if you think about it, Dan, like 13, like the current new generation of online consumers, right? The new like 15 to 12-year-olds don't know Vine.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. When was Vine?
Vine was
I was
like
in like college, I think. So like 2013, 14, something
yeah,
like
it was
that,
like
right?
6 or 7 years ago now, at least. Like,
That was a wild time. And there
yeah,
are still so many vines that I reference on like a daily basis.
right?
Like whenever I'm walking around the farm, without fail, like we will go, look at all those chickens, like every time.
It's the one thing that I love to annoy my housemate about whenever we go on a drive. Whenever there's construction, it's like, road work ahead. Yeah, I sure hope it does.
Is that a Drew Gooden vine? I think it is, isn't it? It's got a big like YouTube channel now.
Yeah, I actually don't judge me for this. I have watched every Drew Gooden video at least 5 times.
Wow.
And that is because I listen to him while I sleep. Because he has one of those voices that makes me go...
Is that a compliment, or are you saying he's really boring?
It's a very relaxing voice. And I love it.
Damn.
And...
You should tell him that. I reckon you could like get yourself that VIP treatment.
Do you think I could get him on Under the Desk?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That would be such a cool thing. Oh my god. I'm gonna email Drew Gooden and be like, hey, you should come on Under the Desk.
Yeah. Oh, show. Oh my god, I just hit my head again. Do you know what? Right, I have a gripe with the rest of the world. Not really with the rest of the world, more with my room. Right. I was looking back to the old episodes of Under the Desk, and everyone's sat back, so cushy, so cozy. Like under your desk looks bigger than like my room, and under my desk is like absolutely tiny. And I'll hit my head twice on this. Okay, I can't use that word. Very irritating thing, and
you can say prick. Prick is acceptable.
Everything. I need a standing desk just for this podcast.
Yeah. That's fair. I have one of those huge IKEA desks. That's like, I don't even know if I can. I can if I'm 6'1", right? If I lie down at like a right angle.
Are you really 6'1"?
I am 6'1". That is correct.
Wow.
If I sit at like a right angle.
The wrong way, but the way that you look on stream, you don't look like a tall person to me. I'm sorry, but don't take it the wrong way. But
wow.
I'm not saying you're not tall. You just don't look like a tall person on stream. Am I wrong? Right? I need the chat to decide this. Am I wrong?
you want chat to start a poll, is what I'm hearing.
I'm not saying that you. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of thought you were around my height.
And how tall are you?
Like 4 foot. No, I am. Well, do you want the answer I tell people or the real answer?
Tell me the answer that you tell people on Tinder first, and then the second answer.
I don't have to tell them on Tinder because my girlfriend has seen me in real life, so she knows that I'm my real height. No, I'm 5'8". I like to tell people I'm 5'9", but it's not true. I know.
So
I'm a little dwarf boy.
I love that for you. That's great.
And do you know what's really annoying is that we were having this chat on stream the other day, and it turns out that everyone who follows my stream is like enormous, and everyone was like, "Yeah, imagine being shorter than 6 foot." And I was there like,
crying.
Okay.
It's okay, Dan. I'm sure a lot of them are just lying about their height because they don't, you know.
I just looked at the chat. The first message I see is that we need to protect him. That's just not what you want to see. Is it?
Protect. We must protect Dan.
Protect our tiny boy.
Put in pocket, cuddle, carry around in pocket.
Oh, I know.
You're really not that small. That's actually, I'm pretty sure 5'8" or 5'9" is average for the UK actually.
Yeah, it is very average. Like, it's just tall enough where you know, obviously you wish you're a bit taller, right? But I've never been like, oh my god, why am I such a midget? Like I'm not. I've got a few friends of mine who are like, I tower over them, and that is a very sad state of affairs when when I'm like a head taller than you.
Itty bitty smite. Sorry.
Something itty bitty smite.
Itty
Oh
bitty
my
smite.
god. I should never have told people this podcast.
It's okay. It's all right, Dan. I think it's great that you're happy with that, because genuinely in the at least in the internet culture that we're in at the moment, being under 6 foot as a guy is kind of viewed as like a very bad thing, right?
Thanks for reminding me.
No. This is, let me finish my sentence, okay? But it's not. Like, it's really stupid. It's like you can't control how tall you are any more than you can control what gender you are. You know, it's not your fault. So I think it's really cool that you're okay with, you know, with being the height that you are, and not. This is sounding really condescending and terrible, but I genuinely mean it. I'm so sorry.
The way that you talk about it is like, it's so good that you're okay with living with that enormous wart growing out of your face. You're so brave for being okay with that.
I'm sorry. I was trying to be nice.
It's been roasted.
I'm so sorry. You know I'm not trying to be a dick, right?
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Yeah. I've always thought that it's better to be, you know, just accept that you're short and stop trying to pretend that you're bigger than you are, because basically, like, there's a mate of mine who always wears these enormous Air Jordans, and like when I say enormous, honest to God, probably about soles about that thick. And so like when he's walking around, you might look at him and he takes off his shoes and he's like, little baby down here. It makes me laugh every single time, and he just gets ripped on it. So
Jesus,
yeah, I've accepted my condition.
Good. You know what? Being tall sucks. I used to, back when I was in dance school, we used to have to wear these platform shoes for jazz dance and contemporary, and they were like a good 4 or 5 inches on these platform shoes. So I would go from, I guess at the time I would have been around 5'11", 6. I would go from that to like 6'5", which is too tall. It's too tall.
Poor thing.
I may have developed vertigo from existing.
Yeah, I get that a lot, to be fair.
But like,
I didn't even to dance school. That's pretty swaggy.
Yeah, well, I'm
not gonna lie. I thought you said dunce school at first.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, I mean, listen. Those who can't think do performing arts, right? That's how that works. So dance school sounds about right. Me, I'm not smart.
Self-burn.
Self-burn.
Those are rare. That Brooklyn Nine-Nine reference. Yeah, dance school. That's pretty cool. Are you the theatre type?
Well, it wasn't technically dance school. It was Tring Park School for the Performing Arts, Darling, the most prestigious pre-university level drama, theatre, musical theatre, and dance academy in the country.
Damn.
It's like the one thing in my life that I get to brag about. That and my butt. I got a nice
butt. Know it's dealing with theatre royalty right here.
Theatre royalty. I have performed in Her Majesty's Theatre as a lead character.
What? What? In what circumstance?
So I used to I used to be a part of this theatre company called the Pauline Quirk Academy. It was like a training school / theatre company, and as part of their kind of program, they would put shows on in the West End once a year, or once every 4 years. They would put on a show at the West End. And the way that the groups were separated in the Pauline Quirk Academies were green, blue, and red. Green being like the, I want to say the 12s and under, blue being 12 to 18, and then, 12 to 16, and then the red group was 16 plus, up to like, I think they kick you out at 19 or something. And when I was like a year off graduating out of blue into red, and we had auditions for this show, and I guess they liked me so much that they moved me up to Red Group early so that I could be on the main cast of this show. It's called Fright Night, or it was called Fright Night. It was basically Scooby-Doo, but not. And I played male Velma.
Nice.
There's a billboard somewhere with my face on it.
Really?
There used to be. It's probably down. This was like back in this would have been like 2015, 2016 now. Jesus.
That's pretty cool. Did you ever get to say, my glasses?
I think I did.
My glasses.
I'm pretty sure I did. I also had to sing Under Pressure while looking at a laptop, while wearing fake glasses, which I don't know if you've ever sat on a stage in front of multiple thousand people going, ba-da-de, ba-da-de, dee-deo, dee-deo. That's okay. But
I can't say I have done that. No.
It's scary.
Yeah. But
sorry to ramble on about myself just a tiny bit more, just to finish up the context of the story. The school that I went to is most well known as a dance school, which is why I refer to it as a dance school.
Right.
But I was a theater kid until I graduated college, and then I moved into esports.
That's mad impressive though, to think that I might have driven past a billboard with your face on it. No idea who this young Blazy Bard is.
It's a possibility.
The Queen and everything.
Yeah.
God damn.
Not in front of the Queen. The theater is just called Her Majesty's Theater.
Oh, right.
Just to clarify. Just to clarify.
It's still impressive. Okay, it's slightly less impressive than where I was at, but that's still impressive. Right, okay. Let's take it down a notch. Okay?
Yeah.
That is still really good though, don't get me wrong, that's still very impressive.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Damn, can you go?
Yeah, look at me now.
Get on to bigger and better things.
But, yeah, sure.
Have those theatre nerds streamed on Smart Game? I don't think so.
I mean, you got a point. You've got a point. You know, how many of my old schoolmates are actually, you know, entertaining nowadays? It's actually a good question, you know? You got to think.
How many podcasts do they have?
Yeah. How many podcasts do they have on Twitch front page? Hi, Twitch front page. I love you. Join me and get merch for free. If by free you mean free to look at, you got to pay for it. Not sure that's the best advertising strategy there. Did you know there's new under the desk merch on shop.spreadshirt.co.uk/baseball merch?
I do feel like you kind of made it in life when you got your own merch, right?
Like, I don't know, like making your own merch is pretty easy. Like the website I use, by the way, Dan, Winky Face, Spreadshirt, you can actually make your own merch for free. You don't have to pay for any of the production cost or anything like that. It's covered by the order itself, and you can set the price to be anywhere above the price of manufacture. So the base price of the item just covers the cost of them making it and shipping it. But any profit that you make comes from whatever markup you put on there. So if you wanted to, you could just set all the items to base price and sell your merch. You wouldn't get any profit from it, but it also wouldn't cost you any money.
For this, Blazy, because you're selling it to me.
Oh, do it, man.
Is this going to be like one of those things where at the end you're going to go and use code Blazy for 5% off your Maxnomic chair? I mean your Blazy body pillow or something?
I wish.
Have you got a body pillow? Because if not, you should definitely make one.
Why? No, we just gotten away from this, Dan. It's been 3 months since anyone has mentioned the Blazy body pillow. And
does it exist?
No, it doesn't exist. But people keep talking. But no, I'm not gonna do that. God damn it!
You're missing a great opportunity here.
I deeply regret.
Can we get a chant in chat, Blazy body pillow?
Oh no! Can we get a chant in chat? This was a bad idea. Oh, no.
Blazy. It's not very catchy when you say it out loud.
Blazy body pillow. Blazy
Oh, see,
body
there you
pillow.
go.
You just
There's
gotta
the
find.
theatre kid.
You gotta find the rhythm. Find the rhyme.
Whenever I look at chat, I've looked at chat a few times, and every time I regret it because the first thing I see is Dan child-sized body pillow. Hey, I'm not that small.
Yes. Yes. Itty bitty Betty.
Oh, that's not cool, man. You know what, I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna do something a bit revolutionary here. I'm swapping sides.
Unbelievable.
Oh, wait. I'm gonna keep my legs down like a lady and not flash the world.
Thank that. I appreciate that. Because if you flash the world, you're not gonna be the one who gets their Twitch channel suspended.
Hit and run on Blazy's channel.
Oh no.
POS. Oh, I'm coming in.
Oh yeah, I am showing the Blazy knee, so you know.
Oh.
This is scandalous enough as it is.
You should have to pay for that.
Yeah. Although, look at that. Look at that. Oh.
Oh, I should have been here all along. This is cool. Oh, dang. I can actually see you on the screen. You're ripped, mate. You're buff.
That's one thing I've always been really proud of about my body. Even when I got really fat, my legs have always been pretty great.
Cracking legs.
I feel like everything from the waist down is good, and then everything from the waist up is like, why? Why couldn't you have the same genes as the waist down?
We're keeping it PG-13, Blazy.
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna repeat it.
Do I need to get the bell out on under the desk, Dan? Is that what I'm
the
hearing?
Beeper.
The beeper? I haven't. No.
Wait, what's the bell?
The inappropriate bell.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the beeper you do to cut yourself off swearing, but like cutting out whole sentences.
No. So the inappropriate bell is something that started 2 years ago when we were playing Divinity Original Sin 2. And this was kind of before I moved to being family friendly, or when I was starting to try and make that transition. And people would make inappropriate jokes, and I would basically I gamified it so that people could still kind of make those kind of jokes, and it can still be funny, but then like the bell is kind of like this is still fun, we're still having fun, this is a funny thing, but it's time to kind of reel it back. And I was doing it manually with like a glass. I was like tapping my ring against a glass, and like going inappropriate. And then about a week after I started doing that, I went on Amazon, searched for a triangle, and found one for 60p. And now here we are, 2 years later.
Unbelievable scenes.
Yeah, there we are.
Get it out. I think it's time to get the inappropriate triangle out.
You think so?
Yeah, make it happen. Bring it back.
I mean, it's on my desk. I don't want to bring it under the desk. This is a safe space, all right? We're safe from we're safe from the inappropriate bell down here, okay, Dan?
Have you seen how wholesome your chat is being right now, by the way?
It sickens me.
No, it's beautiful.
Go back to bullying me. I don't know.
I think it's poetic.
I don't know if you I don't know I don't know what your experience has been on Smite games so far, Dan. I feel like I've talked for like the past 10 minutes straight. So tell me what your experience on Smite game has been so far.
It's actually been really good. You know, I mean, I've only streamed. Maybe I've only had 2 streams on there actually. I was supposed to have one after SEC games once, but the games went on so long that they still had like, by the time that my slot had finished, they still had like a whole like 5 games yet to play. It was a bit of a mess, but it's actually been really nice. I mean, I was expecting loads of again, I'm trying to keep it family friendly, so I won't use the word that I'm going to say, but I think you know which kind of word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because whenever I'm watching anything on Smite, I just literally close the chat. I just like, these guys are awful.
That's fair.
So I was going in thinking, you know, I'm going to have to deal with my share of wrong-uns and ruffians. But they've actually just been really nice. And if anything, to be honest with you, I think my chat would be able to back me up here and say that it's basically just them. It's basically just streaming on my own channel, but just with a different name. Because like the stream starts and they're like, I'm like, right, let's do some viewer games. Let's get some, get some people from the stream in. And then within the first like 5 seconds, everyone from my stream just is straight in there. I'm like, hey, the boys are back. But I've had a lot of fun. I think what I really enjoy is just seeing the random people pop in. Like high-res stuff pop in, or like, just random big names of the community. And you're just like, oh, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's nice.
It is really cool. And in general, it really is just that. It's really... I mean, I don't really have enough words to thank Hi-Rez for the fact that they do that, because of them, I have a career, Like, genuinely, no joke, before I started on Smite Game, I was averaging... like maybe 50 new followers a month, an average of 12 on my own streams. I was growing, but very slowly. I was on SCC in August. I got brought onto the team, and then the start of September I got brought onto Smite Game as a streamer. And by the end of the month, my average had gone from like 14 to 35-ish. I gained 300 followers in 4 days.
Wow.
And
That's nuts.
it was crazy. And now obviously I was able to build from that, and now I have my own podcast on Twitch front page.
Here we are. Yeah, look at that. That is really impressive. Yeah, the exposure it gives you is pretty crazy.
It really is.
I think the Smite community in particular has been quite bad at promoting its own talent throughout the years. Like I find a lot of the time, even now, you'll see someone being like, "Oh, does this person make YouTube videos?" Or like talking about like pro players who are like really famous, or stuff like that, or people who've been around for ages. And it's like, I don't know. I've always felt like there has never been enough of a light shone on really good creators. So it's nice to have Hi-Rez be a part of it as well. Basically say, "Hey, here's people who are good. Enjoy it." And it's good for new players as well to have like an official channel they can just swoop into as well. Yeah, it's good stuff. I'm glad to see it really worked out for you.
Yeah, I mean, and I so many other people who are Smite Game, like inner circle, like main rotation Smite Game streamers, like Sin and Puffy and Pate. A lot of us really do owe no small part of our Twitch careers to being on Smite Game. But that being said, Dan, when's patch notes?
Is this a quiz question, or are you being Twitch?
When's patch notes?
I actually do know.
When's patch notes? Next
Tuesday. I actually do know that.
When's patch notes?
Do you know what the worst one was? Do you know what my first ever Smite Game stream was? It was on the day that servers went down on the mid-season day. That was my first ever Smite stream, and it was like
baby.
It was like a 3-hour slot. And you know, I put a wall of text, like a line of text on the bottom of the screen that just said, "Servers are down for mid-season patch. No, I don't know when they'll be back up." And like, I thought, you know what? Surely, it doesn't really matter if you're like the least like interactive person or the least attentive person. You will see that. And when are the servers? Well, servers. Oh my god! If only it said that in massive letters right there on the screen.
Yeah, it. You'll learn very quickly that Smite Game chat do not much care to read.
No, they aren't the reading type, are they?
You can put things in the title. You can put things on the screen. You can have the whole damn screen be text, and they still won't read it. Unless it is Smite on the screen, and somehow you could get like each auto attack to go, "Servers are down. No, don't know when they'll be back up." Or I don't like that.
Oh, you could actually just you could save yourself a stream and just like record yourself on the loop going, servers are down, no, look, they'll be back up, and then waiting like 10 seconds, just replaying it over and over. You're toasted now.
It's, I don't know, I'm not necessarily proud of it, but I've been on Smite Game for a year now, and when it gets to the point where I'm asked the same question in this like 5 times in the span of 10 minutes, I just start sucking people.
Yeah, you do. I like it. You're very sassy with them.
I get very English, and I just get very sassy. I'm like, no, servers aren't down. What do you mean? We're playing the game right now. Or like if the servers actually are still up and people come in like servers down, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure they're down.
Like, servers down.
I'm playing the game right now, dude. Use your freaking eyes, please.
One thing I didn't expect from Smite Game chat was how many people said like aggro. I'm not enjoying that. Well, I mean, aggro's like, you know, of all the people to say you look like, I'm happy it's aggro, good looking guy, but everyone's like, who is this budget aggro? So I get called budget a lot. I've been called budget aggro, budget Blazy. I've been called that many times, mostly by my own chat. Well, I call myself budget hazer a lot of the time because I basically just steal like his ideas and do it worse. But yeah, I didn't expect that to be the thing that everyone latched onto.
Do you look like a budget me? Is that a thing?
No, I don't think in terms of like looking like you, but English streamer on Smite Game. You know, I'm like the knockoff version.
Okay. Well, yeah. To be fair, because it is just you, me, and Andrew, really. AJ.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I guess.
That it really is just the three of us. Huh? Oh, well, no, Hindu doesn't really count. Huh.
No.
Wow, we're really outnumbered over here, huh? Revolt? Time for reclaim float away colony?
Yes.
Yes.
The revolution starts here on the Under the Desk podcast.
Yeah. Viva revolution! But I mean, if it makes you feel any better.
English always used to cry.
Yeah,
Sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna say, if it makes you feel any better, I get called Budget Dolson all the time.
No. I mean, anyone compared to Dolson is budget.
Wow, ouch. I get told that.
I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying, this is like, you know, you're dealing with A-class material here.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Dave is god tier. But to be more specific, people say I am Dolson, but 85% less Chad.
Wow, that's a really specific percentage.
It really is.
How does that make you feel?
You know what? If I am even 15% Dolson, I'm kind of okay with it. You know, I'm kind of here for it.
That's a good way to look at it. You know, that's 15% closer than the rest of us mortals.
Sorry, I just caught one of my mods calling me a budget jukebox.
Budget jukebox.
Great.
Budget Spotify.
Thanks.
Sorry.
I can be your jukebox, baby. Do you sing, Dan?
Oh Christ, no. Well, I do, but like, it's not good. It's really not good.
Why don't you?
I don't even have to look at chat to say that, to know straight away that the few survivors from my chat are saying like, you do not want to hear me sing.
Why don't you give us a song?
I think it was actually like I was potential sub goal giveaway for me to never sing again on the channel.
No,
trust me, that's a good thing.
That's terrible. No one should ever be robbed of the gift of music.
Oh, I mean, I always sing, but it's just a horrible thing to behold.
I think you should give us a song, Dan. Did you bring anything? Did you come prepared?
I actually wrote a song just this occasion.
Oh.
I'm not even gonna joke sing because it's so tragic that like even starting is like a joke that you just be it's not even worth it.
I find this deeply upsetting.
Actually, that's a good question, right? Karaoke night. What is your go-to song? Right, you got one song, and like they just hand you the mic. What's your moment?
You know, a lot of songs that I am good at singing aren't naturally in my key. So a lot of the time I get up on karaoke and I want to do a ballad, and I get halfway through the ballad and it's like, oh, here comes the key change, and it's like, it's 2 keys higher than I need it to be. So I'm there like, ah. If I had a go-to, probably "I'm Still Standing" by John Legend. John Legend?
Banger. John Legend.
Yeah, that's the correct artist. By Elton John. John Legend.
Elton John, yeah.
She Will Be Loved as well by Maroon 5 is a pretty good one.
Can't go wrong.
Sunday Morning is up there. Basically, a lot of Maroon 5.
Yeah.
How about you? What's your... Oh! And obviously, Grease Lightning.
Or would you do the Grease medley? You know, where it goes through like 3 or 4 songs merging into one. They would just play that on club nights in Leicester for some reason. Never understood it.
It's not really a club kind of a musical, is it?
No, when you've got gotta shape up. It's like, I was like, why is it? Like you're in some like dirty club and there's like everyone's going.
Right. Like one minute it's bangarang, boom, 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 and then it's beauty school dropout, no graduation day for you. That's devastating. Can't believe they would do that to you. Ruin your club vibe.
I don't know.
But go on, don't dodge the question. What's your karaoke go-to?
I actually don't know. Because I've only done karaoke once ever, but we did it where we'd all pick each other's songs, but like we tried to make them songs that they had at least like a chance of singing. And the one I got picked to do was Tenacious D song. They told me it's Tenacious D. I thought that is perfect. So like, you know, Tenacious D is, you know, chilling. You could do like the whole like Beezle Boss thing, whatever, like tribute something. They picked Master Exploder. I don't know if you know much Tenacious D, but
No.
Master Exploder is the one where like I'm pretty sure he like either kills. I think he kills someone with his voice at one point. It's very like powerful.
Oh.
And it has an insanely high note in it as well. And that was a bad time. My voice box was wrecked, but I went for it. I was very drunk at the time, but I don't know if you know that song, but it was a rogue choice.
Oh, I'll have to give it a listen. But all I'm hearing from this, Dan, is that we should go do karaoke together.
Yeah, when I'm next in Stoke-on-Trent, I'll pop in.
Well, I mean, I'm planning
It's
on
only, like,
going into
4 hours away.
London with other Dan. You remember Typhlosion? But
Oh,
we're
yeah.
planning on taking a trip into London at some point soon. Maybe we pick you up on the way?
Hell yeah.
Karaoke night in London with the lads? Huh? Huh?
Trust me, as I'm trying to be your friend here, you don't want this.
Oh,
This is not
come
what you
on,
want.
it'll be fun! It'll be fun.
Yes, stream sniping IRL. That's actually so accurate.
This is happening, Dan. You
IRL stream.
no longer
Have
get
you
a
ever done
choice.
an IRL stream?
I haven't, but I kind of want to. I think it'd be fun. I did make a promise that we would go and buy ties with chat when shops reopen. Shops are open now, but I don't have any money because I'm moving house. So once I get a little bit more money in the stores, we're gonna go out and buy some new ties with chat.
Nice.
Yeah, it's gonna
You
be.
do love a tie. That is a Blazy classic.
I mean, it started off as like my first SCC broadcast. I was like, I need a thing. And my girlfriend at the time was like, what do you mean you need a thing? I was like, well, I need a thing to differentiate myself visually from the other casters, you know, like how Hindu used to wear bow ties all the time.
Yeah, classic.
So my answer to I need a unique thing was tie, but that wasn't unique enough. I had to go one step further beyond. So my thing was fancy tie knots. I would always wear like a fancy knot on SCC.
Like a double Windsor.
More like a carnation or a rosebud or an eldridge, which Smite Game Chat has now affectionately renamed a Cthulhu knot, which I love.
I was gonna say, it sounds like Eldritch.
Well, that's exactly
no
it. Yeah. That was during the last SCC broadcast I was a part of. During playoffs, I was on a cast with aggro, and I remember halfway through the game, I get a DM from Tyler in production saying, Orverin has asked me to tell you, to tell chat what tie knot you've got on. Because apparently chat were just asking what kind of tie I was wearing.
I don't know these things. It's important.
Yeah. So at the end of the game, I was like, by the way, chat, it was an Eldridge knot. Merry Christmas, peach it. And then we ended the broadcast. And then they started chanting Cthulhu knot. So there we go.
The Cthulhu knot. Do you know, I've always wanted to end a broadcast by saying peach shit.
Peach it.
That was really satisfying.
It really is. Mifflin taught me that. That's the thing that Mifflin taught me.
He showed you the way. Is it like a power you can only unlock once someone told you how to do it?
Well, it was my first time ever doing a finals, and no, it wasn't. This was before then. It was when Mifflin was first assigned onto just doing SCC games with us this year, because we lost Lermy, because obviously she became a high-res employee. So we needed someone to fill the space, and I guess Mifflin wanted the extra hours, so he jumped in, and we ended up doing a lot of casting together. And we took an end game, and he was like, "So Blazy, at the end of this, Blazy, we need to, Aggro always does this thing where he goes peach it at the end of a broadcast. So that's what you got to do at the end of the broadcast." And I was like, "What? Why?" And he gave me the whole spiel about how everything in every production company or every game that's run in Georgia has the Georgia peach to you have to close or open the broadcast with that or whatever. And it just was a thing that Aggro developed into liking saying at the end of the stream. And he was like, "You got to do it." And then so I did, and it was good.
Well, that was like a crowning moment.
Yeah.
I know you performed in front of all those people, but did you say peach in front of them?
I did.
No, so which one's more important.
It's a very
How's
good
it been
question.
casting SCC? I feel like that'd be really stressful.
Oh god, I'll tell you what, man. So like I said, I started in August last year, and it was hot. It wasn't this hot, but it was still hot. And I was very nervous, and god, I was so bad. Like, I look back even at casts that I did before doing SCC compared to my first 2-3 weeks on SCC, and I was so much better before I started just because of the sheer nerves.
Yeah.
And then I finally got into the swing of it, and then 5 weeks into me starting, it was like, "Right guys, playoffs time." And I was like, "Oh god, now I have to work with the SPL casters. These are my heroes. What am I gonna do? I'm so bad." And obviously it went
You're on the big leagues
fantastically.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You seem very natural, if that helps.
Thank you. It took a long time to get comfortable, but genuinely, there's nothing quite like it. I'm also really sorry. I feel like I've been talking the whole show.
No, not at all. No, I've definitely been gabbing off more than you think. Also, on the note of getting comfortable, as you were saying the words "getting comfortable," I've just upgraded my pillow situation.
Yes, I can see.
I'm getting extra comfy
Are
right
you
now.
are you feeling it? Are you enjoying it?
I'm feeling it, Mr. Krabs. It is good.
Have you discovered the vibe of Under the Desk? I feel like
I'm loving this now, actually.
Yeah.
I was uncomfy at the beginning, but since right now I'm on cloud 9 right now.
Yeah, over the course of the 2 hours, you kind of adjust yourself slowly and you find the position that works for you. And I very often stay under the desk for a couple hours after the fact, and I just lie here. Sometimes I fall asleep down here. That's where I wake up Saturday morning.
Yeah, I was gonna say I am getting dangerously comfy here. I am
All you need now, Dan.
To make a very suspicious noise.
All you need now is a blanket and some plushies, and you got yourself a bed.
I actually do have a blanket, so I'm ready. I'm ready to throw down.
There you go. There it is.
But where do you buy comfy pillows from, Blazy?
Well, it's funny you should say that, Dan, because we have some brand new, ethically made, renewably resourced pillows with under the desk branding on them. And where can you find those pillows, Dan? Do you know the link already? Has he memorized it?
I can't remember. It's like shop something, but
shop.spreadshirt.co.uk/blazybard merch.
That's what I said, isn't it?
Pew 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 pew. Pillows now come in burgundy.
Burgundy, that's a bold pillow color.
It's, oh my god, that's actually the one that I've picked up, the burgundy, because I've got my blah blah pillow is yellow, my logo pillow is green, And I was looking at the options for what pillow color to get for the under the desk logo, and just the burgundy just works so well. The burgundy and the purple really pop together.
The purple.
I love it.
Very nice.
It's great. I love it.
Very classy stuff.
We should definitely get Dan to make some merch. Dan merch?
My tiny body pillow.
That took me a second.
I also just realized I said about the phrase "my tiny body pillow" as I've just seen someone go, "Hello, front page." So good to see the tiny body pillows making waves.
Hello, front page. We're just here talking about Dan's itty bitty Betty body pillow. Itty bitty Betty body butty? No, that's a sandwich.
Yeah, not quite.
Oh, here we go. Dan, is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh Christ, I wasn't ready for a question like this. What's the debate on this, right? Because is it a sandwich or like what's the alternative?
What do you mean? What's the alternative? Well,
So,
yeah,
like-
I guess that's the argument. Like, is a hot dog just a hot dog, or is it a sandwich?
I guess it is a sandwich, right? 'Cause you got 2 bits of bread, you got something in between. That's a sandwich, right?
Okay,
But,
so 2
but
bits of bread and
at
something
the same
between.
time, if I was like, "Hey, can I have a sandwich?" and someone handed me a hot dog, I'd be like, "What is this? Not a sandwich?" Getting me?
Okay, all right. So we're agreeing on hot dogs being a subset of sandwich, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
definitely not like, you're not going into Subway and get a hot dog. Right?
Yeah, like all hot dogs are sandwiches, but not all sandwiches are hot dogs, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, that's deep.
so that being said, what about wraps?
What about rats?
Wraps. A wrap.
Oh, wraps. Oh, there's a dead bug in my water.
Oh no,
Um,
that's not a wrap.
what about a wrap? A wrap? No, I can't sleep at night knowing I've said a wrap and a sandwich are the same thing. That's
But what's the difference?
a no-go for me.
It's still a carbohydrate bread-based thing with the contents inside, packaged to be easily eaten with your
Yeah,
hands.
right, sandwich 2 sides, filling in the middle. Wrap is going around it. There's 1 bit of bread. Comes all together.
But
If it was a sandwich, it'd be called a sandwich, but it's a wrap.
okay, all right. But Dan, you just said that hot dogs were a sandwich, and hot dogs is technically 1 piece of bread if you're doing it properly.
Oh, not like this, but the bread is coming from different sides. Yeah, it's coming out.
Oh, a wrap is
It's the
coming from
pincer.
all sides, Dan.
Yeah, but right, it's not like a hot dog is 1 piece of bread because it's been cut in half to make 2 sides. That's the whole point. If it was like 1 piece of bread, you'd have just shoved the hot dog right through the middle of it, and that's just like
Okay.
That's just.
All right. Okay.
But a wrap is just 1 piece of bread. I mean, I guess it is also foiled around the side, but I wasn't ready for
Okay.
this
All
sort
right.
of legal debate.
Listen, I'll back off on the wrap. All right.
I'm sweating.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
sweating.
Okay. I'm backing off. But what about a taco?
Well, she's a caster, so let's see what she's up over.
But is she a sandwich?
That was such a horrible joke.
But Dan, is she a sandwich?
That was awful. Sorry. No. Is a taco a sandwich? I guess taco falls into the hot dog category, right? Because you got the.
Right.
Also, right. Okay. I need to bring this up now. We're talking about tacos because I'm admittedly not much of a taco eater. I've been to like Taco Bell once ever, and you have tacos up in England, but they're all kind of like not
Sure.
proper Mexican food. Anyway. What is with hard shell tacos? Why would you ever have a hard shell taco? 'Cause you bite into it, and then the entire thing just crumbles in your hands, and all the filling that was in the taco just like disintegrates. It's like, what was the point of that?
Right?
Someone explain it to me.
Dude, I'm so glad we're on the same page as this. I just don't get the appeal of taco over burrito, right? They're both basically the same thing. They have the same kind of ingredients in terms of their filling, but you never walk away from a taco with clean hands, you know?
True. To be fair, I don't walk away from burritos with clean hands either.
Well,
'cause
then
I
you're
just
eating
right
burritos
in
like
there.
a savage. But
Yeah,
like,
well, I just feel the thing is, I like tacos, but I'm a soft shell man, you know.
yeah, I mean that's fair. That's fair. Okay, so well, that's sandwiches. Okay, I'm really sorry that I sprung that on you. It can get really heated talking about sandwiches and what is and is not a sandwich, Dan. So I'm really sorry.
I have a very soft shell. I'm not a hard shell man. I'm very soft.
Fine, that's fine. Just don't accept my apology. Okay. In that case.
Oh, sorry. I was too busy getting.
No.
I was too busy reading that.
That's fine. If you don't accept my apology, Dan, then is a ladle a spoon?
Yeah, just a big one.
Is a bowl a spoon?
That's such a like budget answer. Oh, it's a big one. No, bowl's not a spoon. It doesn't have a handle.
Is a bowl a spoon?
There is a big fat gift sub train sub height. Oh, look at that. Ty coming in hot.
Oh my god, Ty?
The better Dan is here.
And Dragon as well. Guys, thank you so much. Oh my. Typhlosion, do you have enough money to do this? Also,
he's flashing the cash.
Also, Ty, we're gonna pick up Dan on our way to London, and we're going to take him karaoke. I hope that's okay with you. I'll pay with your sub money, so you'll pay. But yeah, is a bowl a spoon?
Nah, it's not got a handle.
Okay, what if I attached a handle to a bowl?
You've just made a spoon, haven't you?
Just made a spoon.
A big, really awkward spoon.
A really big spoon. Okay, yeah. See, I like this guy.
I didn't do a law degree for nothing, Blazy. We sat and discussed bowls and spoons for
Is that right?
years on end.
Is that part of the legal degree?
Yeah, the bowl spoon. Yeah, that was the whole of my second year basically. Yeah.
Was the sandwich
nice
thing
spoonie.
covered in year 1?
Oh, I didn't take the sandwich module. No, I skipped that one.
Right, that was an optional module, and you chose
Too intense.
spoons.
Too intense.
Oh, speaking of spoons, did you know that every spoons has a different carpet?
No, I can't say I did know that.
Well, now you know.
Different pattern. Right?
Yeah, every Weatherspoons has a different patterned carpet.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a fact.
Right?
That has changed my life.
And shut up. I'm supposed to be the Saki one here.
That's a good thing to bring up actually, because I feel like a lot of people around the world don't really understand what a Weatherspoons is, right? Because a Weatherspoons isn't really like a pub; it's like a state of being. You know,
it's like a mental attitude.
When you're in a Spoons, you're in a
It's a way
certain
of
place.
life.
You're not there to sometimes you go out, you're like, oh, have like a nice drink or something like that. But when you're in Spoons, you are there on a mission. Like, you're there to get sloshed because there is no other reason to be in a Spoons.
Yeah, it's like it's a bad place to eat, but also a bad place to get wasted.
Yeah.
But it has cheap drinks.
It has such cheap drinks, and that's the genius of it. My friend used to work at one, and these old blokes used to come in. I can't remember what time it is that basically there's a time in England that you can't serve booze before. It's either like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. and they used to come in so early that they'd have to basically get their pints poured, and they'd have them sat on the side waiting for them until it hit 10, and they went, "Hey!" like trying their beers for like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's the most tragic place in the world. But there's something about Spoons you just can't resist on a night out. It's too perfect.
I agree. Yeah, Spoons. It's special. It's a very British thing, I think. Spoons.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever had a conversation with someone from outside the UK who hasn't gone, what's Spoons? And you know what, chat? We're never going to explain to you what Spoons is.
Yeah, it's probably for the best that you don't know.
Yeah, it's... Honestly, you'll know. When the time is right for you to know, you'll know.
Yep, such is life.
Yeah. Dan, I want to test your law degree a little bit more, so I'm going to ask you the final exam question. You ready?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm ready.
Is popcorn a soup?
Is popcorn a soup?
Is popcorn a soup?
Yes.
Correct.
That's my final answer.
Correct answer. That is...
And I will not elaborate further.
That is correct.
My judgment has been made.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, okay, good. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that we're on the same page, Dan. Thank you all for coming. That
was the...
that's it. That's the answer.
There,
that's the meaning of life. Popcorn soup is the meaning of life.
Blazy, I feel the need to be your PR man for a second, given that there are many new viewers in the stream. What is the Under the Desk podcast? Who are you? Who are we?
So, front page people. Hi, it's me. Some random guy who you've seen on your front page. I'm sorry.
You're really selling it right now. Keep it going.
I'm really sorry that this is the face that you have to see. But you're curious right now. You know that I'm talking directly to you. Yes, you, Steve. Or not Steve.
Alan.
Why?
I reckon there's like 2 people on the entirety of Twitch called Alan. That's such an old school name to go for.
I just imagine all the people named Steve scrolling through Twitch like, that's my name. Anyway, you're wondering right now, why are we sitting under our deaths? Good. Can we rewind? Can you ask me again, Dan?
No, sorry.
We'll try
You're
again.
Too deep now.
No? Damn.
No, okay. Blazy Bard.
That's me.
What is the Under the Desk podcast?
The Under the Desk podcast, Dan, is where I, Blazy Bard, bring a content creator or a person. They don't have to make content. They're just that's you. Yeah, that's that guy. And we both sit under our workspaces. In this case, it's a desk, which Dan keeps hitting his head against.
Smack my head.
But it's a place where I want to cultivate a nice relaxed atmosphere where it's not an interview, you know. I don't want to sit here and ask Dan a million questions about his life. And just the same way he doesn't want to ask me a million questions about mine. But it's just a conversation.
Hey, don't say that. You never know.
Well, I mean, that's kind of how regular conversations work though, Dan, isn't it? My point being, I'm not going to sit here and go, so Dan, how did you get into your thing? What's the next step for you? How did you get into industry? What's your name? How did you get that name? You know?
Well, thank you for asking me. Oh my god, Alan is in the chat. Alan is here. Alan, I knew you were here.
We summoned
I knew there was
him.
an Alan.
Hello.
We found one of the 2 Alans on Twitch. He's arrived.
Where's his brother? Alan heard the call. Rally!
Oh, my man.
Rally to me, my Allens! Both of them. But, yeah, this podcast kind of came about from a random bout of depression I attained during a stream, where I PewDiePied my chair and rolled it all the way under my desk with just my head popping out from the top. And we had a little just chatting segment there. And then we made it into a show. And honestly, I love this podcast so much. I think there's something so cool about seeing a creator, from a different angle, right? Because normally, especially Twitch creators, you normally see them in one place, right? For most creators. And from a lot of the time, from one angle in that one place.
And it's usually not chin up.
Yeah. So I think it's really cool to not only see a creator in a different place, but a different environment as well. And I know there's a lot of debate about this, about whether people do, whether they don't. But I stand very firm in my belief that every Twitch streamer, to some degree, puts on a face for stream. It's just how it's not a bad thing.
That is definitely true.
Yeah, but there's definitely some kind of not fakeness feels malicious, right? But you kind of have to put on this mask to be entertaining all the time, right? There's so much that you have to do for stream.
Well, I mean, think about it in terms of like when you're just playing a game by yourself, right? If you streamed that, it would literally just you be there going,
yeah,
like for 3 hours, dead silent. Like,
yeah.
It's just not. It's like even streamers who are very naturally themselves, you just aren't like that for like. No one is entertaining for like 4 hours straight.
Absolutely.
And for me, I'm not even entertaining for 5 minutes straight.
Oh,
so
shut up. But no, very much. I really want this place to be a space where creators are able to kind of pull back that mask a little bit and just kind of be themselves and have a conversation, because I think that's quite nice, and I think
good idea.
I think that's quite lovely.
And you get top quality feet pics.
Dan.
I'm not gonna do it.
Please don't flash your feet. My
You have
lord.
to
The things you've
you have to-
started. You brought back Blazy Body Pillow. Now you're flashing your feet. What?
I didn't actually flash it. You have to get my OnlyFans for those.
No, you can't say that. Twitch doesn't like that word.
Oh, sorry. What feet?
No, the other one. You dastardly villain. Of course you're a villain. We're English and we're posh English.
Yeah, we are all villains.
Yeah, I mean, if you speak well and you're English, you're automatically the villain. That's just only Dan's. Yes.
That is actually true in Hollywood. It's like, how are we going to cast this bad guy? I know, he's English. Perfect.
Get me Sir Ian McKellen on the phone.
Also, I do have to warn you that I'm getting dangerously comfy. I'm just like, the pillows are perfectly stacked right now. If I lean my head back, nice and warm because my computer is like a jet engine. I'm living the life.
I'm kind of also in that situation. But here's a cool suggestion from chat, Dan. Explain the last thing you ate without saying what the thing was and guess each other's thing.
Shall I make it hard? Because mine's quite easy.
Go for it.
I don't think I could have eaten an easier thing for this. I'm trying to work out a way that I can make it not instantly obvious. Okay, so it's Italian.
Okay.
And it's round. I think I failed in my one mission.
I think you gave it away on the second clue, my dude.
Okay, well, yeah.
Is it ravioli?
That's correct.
Wow!
How did you know?
My God! God damn
Okay,
it,
go on,
Dan.
right, you do it.
Okay, so I ate a cow that is no longer a cow, topped with other things from a field, and then enclosed within something grown in a field.
Right, I got it. Soup.
No.
I think I've got this one. It's a hot dog. Can we pour one out for the cow? The cow didn't deserve it.
Oh my God. It was not soup.
This is where you need to play some sad music for the cow. Do you know, I always play that on stream and everyone gets really annoyed. Someone lags out of the game and I start playing that and they're like, shut up. I didn't even know it was called. Apparently it's called Taps.
It is called Taps.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Which, like, I know that's it's a memorial song, but it gives me big cups energy. You know, like you know.
Yeah. Sorry, I just have to give a quick shout out to Epic Goose in chat who basically we thought this first happened when we had a random person called Bob join our lobby, and Bob was like level 4 or something like that, and bless him, he was just trying to find a game, but we had people from the stream trying to get in. We ended up kicking Bob, and it was a very sad moment in the stream. We all you know, saluted Bob for his sacrifice, and I think Goose in his excitement has tried to shout Bob like very excitedly, but he's just written in full caps boob in huge letters. You tried, Goose.
Oh, no.
I appreciate that.
Pour one out for Boob.
Poor Boob.
Boob cut down in its prime.
Yeah, he deserved. To be fair, Bob really did deserve better. He was a good man.
Poor dude. We salute you, Bob. Oh, God.
Poor Bob. So, Blazy, how have your Smite games been this week? How have your games been on the Battleground of the Gods, which is a free-to-play, downloadable, third-person MOBA? So I'm just trying to get my high-risk commission fees in.
Yeah, go for it. I'm
all good. I'm
gonna paint me like one of your French girls, real quick. There we go.
How have your Smite games been this week?
Honestly, I've been really loving the lack of shoes.
I fully agree.
Really makes me feel in touch with the map. You know, I can really dig my feet in, and also Vulcan is good now.
Vulcan's always been good.
Thank you. You are
I don't actually
correct.
believe that, but I like
it is the truth. Vulcan is always good, but now that you don't have to waste time buying boots, he is unstoppable. And I love him. He is my most played god. I'm maybe a big Pretty Prime fanboy. But,
yeah,
you know.
Big up.
Big OG Titan fan from way back in the day.
Yeah.
Aquila, if you will. But that's...
Agilitas. Very back.
But I've seen them all slowly disappear from the league, and now I only have...
No.
Who do I even have? No one.
Prime is still playing, but he's
Prime
just...
isn't... I mean, Prime's in the SCC again now. But that whole team is gone now, dude. I've still got some of my HFM boys. Variety and Twiggy still. They're playing together again, which, I mean... I'm not saying that Variety didn't look good without Twig. I'm just saying that he's winning now that Twig is back on his team. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Just a Twig affair. Just a goat, you know.
I genuinely think Variety doesn't work with another jungler.
Yeah, he never seemed to like find his... Well, you say that, but for Dignitas, they were kind of the best team in the world for a while.
Okay, but like... Alright, maybe Cuvo. Like, Cuvo works because he's also aggressive as hell, just like Harry is. But Twig is...
Your first name terms, damn, okay.
I mean, you stalk someone for long enough, you know. But like Twig just has the perfect playstyle for Variety to flourish, and I think it's the same with BMT as well. They both just work so well around Twiggy, and also you know
that's always
Twig
been
is
Twig's
just
thing,
great.
isn't it? Just makes everyone around him look so good.
Yeah.
That sounds really hard. It sounds one of those compliments you like, a really backhanded compliment, but he's just very good at facilitating. It's kind of been a bit of a meme throughout his career, isn't it? That it's like, you know, oh, he's a setup jungler. It's like you conveniently forget the games where he goes like 10-0, but
right, like Jesus, like before the season started, right? People were really pooping on Twig. Like the King's first 4 or 5 sets, all I would see in Smite Game chat is Twig bad Twig, you know, worst jungler in the league. And it's like, guys, he's been number 2 consistently for his career, you know? Like, since he started playing jungler, I'm pretty sure he's finished second at Worlds. I want to say like 4 out of 7 times he's placed second.
No, so he was second season 3, season 6, season 7. I think that's it.
Okay,
that's
so still 3 out of 7, you know?
Yeah,
that's 50% pretty much.
Yeah. Did you ever reckon you could make it pro, Blazy, when you were a young baby's first Smite player? Were you like,
that's where I started.
Make it, man?
Yeah, that's where I got my start. I got my start as a pro player. I've been playing since beta, and around season 3, I was like, you know what? I'm kind of good at this game. Let's try and play some games. So I joined a couple teams, bounced around as a solo laner. I wasn't a good solo laner, and obviously, as a non-good solo laner, all my teams would lose. With me is the common factor. So I eventually ended up moving to coaching, and then to casting, and now I'm here. How about you? How did you like get into Smite?
So nothing as exciting as that. I basically there's a guy. I actually made a video about this weirdly. There's a guy who I used to watch called Force Strategy Gaming. I used to watch it for like Magic the Gathering stuff. So it wasn't exactly. You know, I was honestly such a scrub. I literally didn't even know what a MOBA was. Like, I knew League of Legends existed, but I didn't really know what it was. I'd like never heard of Dota. I was the classic console kid, played, you know, COD and Halo and like Bioshock, Mass Effect, Oblivion. That was like my life. And then he just put up some gameplay of Poseidon when he got released, and I was like, this game looks cool. And I was really stupid, like really stupid. I remember thinking, you know, why do they start at level 1 every game? Do they like, are they playing the character for the first time? Like, I had no idea what was going on. And I remember thinking, I was watching the play, I was like, these guys are dumb. You know what I would do? When I hit level 5, I'd rank up my ultimate, and then level 6, I'd rank up my ultimate again, and then rank 7, get another point in that bad boy. I was like, why is no one doing this? This is so smart. Yeah, I wasn't exactly the brightest one. But me and my mate played a lot. We rinsed it. And truthfully, I probably would have stopped. I mean, I played it a lot. I always really liked the game, but the pro scene is what kind of made me stick around, because I don't know, I just love knowing what's going on, and then watching them play makes me want to play more. And then now I'm streaming a lot. I'm playing way more than I have.
Yeah.
I've probably played more this season than I have done for seasons like 6 and 7 combined.
Yeah. Has it affected your enjoyment of the game at all? Like, having it be a source of income for you, has it affected your enjoyment of the game?
I mean, in the terms of, since the there's kind of two sides to it. So I used to edit for Zapman as well as doing my own videos, which meant that I was spending sort of like 8 hours a day. Sometimes like you'd have, when I was making the video of the world's roundup, I was spending like 10 hours a day just at my computer watching Smite. And honest to God, there is nothing in the world that makes you want to play Smite less than like you spend all day staring at this stuff and you're just like, oh my God, I never want to see this game again in my life. Especially when you're editing this stuff, it's just like, because editing is such a slow and like painful process.
Yeah.
But then honestly, having been streaming it has really like reignited my love for it, because I think for me the biggest thing that held me back from playing over the years is how many times did you get that feeling where it's like, oh, you know, I want to play a game of Smite, and you queue up a game and you're with a bunch of crap teammates who are all really toxic and just like spamming, and you come out of it thinking,
why did I do this?
Just like, it wasn't just that it wasn't fun, it was like actively terrible, and it has like ruined my day. And you think, why do I play this game? But when you play it on stream, you're like chatting to people you're playing with, and it's like, you know, they're all decent players of competitive games. Like, you end up with these really intense games. On Smite game of the day, I think it was like the first game of the day, had a full-on base race, like within hundreds of HP on the Titan. I was like, this is like, that's what you play Smite for. That's why you get into the game. And yeah, it was, so in one sense it's made it worse because you get a bit sick of it, but at the same time streaming is just, I don't know, streaming with a bunch of good people is a lot of fun.
Yeah, I kind of have to echo the same kind of sentiment. Obviously I've never like sat and watched Smite for hours on end editing, because that's, well, I mean, I kind of did. I've made one Smite highlight video in my time as an editor, and it took me a month. Because I kept starting it and then doing a whole bunch and then finishing and then coming back and you know, doing that basically, and then losing motivation. It's kind of the worst. But the reward is great, right? Like getting to watch it back and go, I did that. That was me.
You say that, but the problem is once you've edited something enough, you never want to see it again. I don't think I've watched back like any of my videos, because
really,
I feel like I could recite them all by memory. Yeah, because oh my God, some of them, like the Worlds video, for example, even though it's like over an hour and a half long, I could probably recite the whole thing from memory, because I just saw it so many times, like etched into my consciousness, and so I never want to see it again, sort of thing.
See, I guess that's kind of the difference, because I made like very short 10-minute, really highly edited things, like full subtitles coming up on screen, like big edits, stuff like that. So for me, I watch it back and I'm like, oh, that's right, I did this really cool thing, and there was this thing that I learned how to do while I was making this video, and like it's kind of like I'm proud of myself for doing this thing. But I guess for longer form,
when you do it well.
Yeah, for like longer form content like that, I can't imagine sitting back down and watching like an hour and a half of something I've already seen a million times, you know. So I get that. I get you.
Yeah, editing is one of those things where people tend to think it's a lot more difficult than it is. It's just slow, and it's really counterintuitive. It's not one of those things you can just naturally be good at.
Yeah.
You just need time. You just need time, and to watch a lot of tutorials. Like, just keep watching tutorials, because even if you're just watching for like one thing, you'll watch how they use the program, and you go, oh, you can do that as well. And like the way that they move around the program as well is really important. So if anyone here is thinking about getting into editing, I highly recommend it. It's
Huh.
like it's fully self-taught. It's all very doable.
Moth. I got it.
Is everything okay?
It's a huge moth just came and landed on my leg. I don't like it.
We don't like that.
I got it though. It stayed on my leg, and now there's a bunch of moth blood on my. What is this called? A shin? Is that a shin?
Shin. Yeah,
What is my body?
yeah, it's called a shin. That's
Sorry,
the one.
continue. I had a mini panic there. Go on.
No, I was finished.
Oh.
I'm out of points.
Well, I mean, I'll back you up there. Like I have edited 5 videos ever, but every single one is such a giant leap in quality.
Yeah.
From the last one, and like, honestly, if I had the time nowadays, because I work 4 jobs, right? I stream on Smite Game, I cast for Smite Game. Oh, sorry. Hiccups. I cast for the Challenger circuit, and I have my 4th secret job that I'm not allowed to tell people about yet. So I just genuinely.
Serious? You can't just name drop like that.
I know! I've had it for like 3 months, Dan, but they still haven't let me talk about it. It's killing me. But if I still had time, I would love to go back and edit, because I know now that a video that took me a month to edit before would probably take me 2 weeks to get through, and it would be as good. You know? And you're completely right. It really is just about getting the reps in and figuring out what the hell is going on.
Yeah, and you get a better eye for it as you go along as well. You learn from your own stuff what works and what doesn't.
For sure.
And it just becomes, when you start, all of these things seem like really complicated, so many tough decisions to make, and then by the end of it, you're just like hacking, chopping huge bits out. Like, nah, I'm sure I don't need that bit. Yeah, it is a journey, but I do recommend it. And I always plug DaVinci Resolve as an amazing place to start. The free version, I use the free version for months.
What do you use now?
Software. I use the studio version of Resolve.
Oh, right. Same program.
Yeah, but the studio version is better, but it's like a one-time purchase, and you get all future versions rather than like. That's what really put me off Premiere. Is the fact that it's like a subscription. I was like, I'm only paying for this for the rest of my life. You know, I'd rather just make a one-time payment. And
yeah, I use Vegas. I got like a code from it for, I think I used Vegas 13, because my housemate got it on Humble Bundle and he got 2 codes.
I was gonna say, everyone gets it from Humble Bundle.
Yeah,
that's where I got my Vegas from as well.
It's a good piece of software, really good. It does crash your computer every 5 seconds, but good piece of software.
That's editing programs all over for you, though. They are so unstable.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they try to do so much, you know.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Well, bye glasses. I didn't want to speak to you anyway. Oh God, how did you get into editing? Did you already cover that?
That's sort of what I said earlier about when I started the channel. It was just basically something to do. I was still hoping to get away. It was in sort of the early days of COVID where everyone thought, oh, you know, maybe it'll be blowing over in a few weeks sort of thing. So I was like, I'll just kind of teach myself as a hobby, and I really enjoyed it.
But like,
and got into it from there.
Sorry, like, to be more specific, like, how did you get to be like Zapman's editor, for example?
I literally just messaged him on Twitter. Like, I messaged a bunch of people, but I know it sounds really budget, right? But the thing is that there are so many people out there who have big followings, but streamers especially just have no time for editing, because like streaming, as you know much better than I do, is exhausting. And
sure.
You don't. And the last thing you want to do after you stream is sit at your computer for even longer. You want to go out and, like, you know, just be as far away from it as possible. So I basically said, look, how do you fancy it? I'll make videos from your content. You basically don't have to do anything but pay me at the end of it. I'll do all the stuff for you. So it's basically a massive win-win for them, right? Because they get promotion, they get the income from the stuff, they get the growth of their channel, and they do no extra work for it other than like literally sending money on PayPal once a month. So I just basically messaged him and said, hey, how does this sound? And he was like, yeah, sounds good. All right. And so I was like,
speaking of, I am looking for a new editor, by the way.
Yeah,
wiggly eyebrows. So, you know, anyone looking to get into some editing work, let me know. Because a couple months ago, Jeez, I guess it was now. I had my fairly long-term editor, Wen, was with us for half a year, which, I mean, basically since I started earning enough from Twitch to pay for an editor, Wen's been a part of the channel, and then he handed in his notice, and luckily the wonderful gameplay Greg, who we had on the show for a while, sorry, we had on the show a little while back. He's kind of stepped in as my interim editor at the moment, but very much interim. So, you know,
he does good stuff, to be fair.
He does. You've
I just want to shout out.
You've watched some of my videos?
I want to shout out a comment I just saw in chat, which I didn't think you could sum up editing more quickly. It's just, I'm learning how to edit this month. I hate it. that is true.
Fair.
It is, at first, it is such an uphill battle. It really is.
It's the motivation. I think that's the worst part.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, it beats you down. And do you know what's the worst is when you spend loads of time on something. I can't tell you how many times I've done this where I'll have a video nearly finished and then I'll watch it back and I'm just gonna go, this isn't good. Like, this isn't actually entertaining. Like, the subject matter here just isn't good. You're not just binning the whole thing because you're like, actually, I say something, you end up usually binning the whole thing. Sometimes I just put it out anyway. I'm like, oh, I've already done the work. Sod it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it as well. A friend of mine, actually, Catless, came to me with a video that she had made. And she was like, is this any good? And I was like, I think it's good. And she was like, I don't think it's very good. And I was like, well, what are you going to do? And she, I don't think I'm going to post it. And I was like, but you've already made the video. Like, what are you gaining by not posting it, you know? And like, I understand, like, oh, I don't want to put out like a bad video, but you know, you'll know if it's like an actual bad video, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between going, I don't think this is entertaining, and this is bad. Like, this is just a bad piece of content. And I just genuinely don't think it's worth throwing out something that you put that much time into making.
Yeah, and one thing that you learn very quickly on YouTube is that what you see as a good video and what others see as a good video are very different things. Like, the amount of times where I can't tell you how many videos I've put out where I thought this is gold and it's done horribly, and the exact opposite. Where so to put it into perspective, so when I was first doing my Smite videos, where it was like the legendary Smite moments or whatever, I'd done a few of those, and I'd done loads of other stuff, and they were not getting many views at all. And then I did a video where I was it was like a jokey video. It was like the first bit of kind of like properly edited content of myself I put out. I put quite a lot of work into it, and it was about me like trying to play with this awful mouse where the sensitivity is like super low. You got to move your arm like that, and I put it together, and I was like, this is good. This is going to be cracking, and it absolutely bombed. Like, it was so bad. Like, I didn't get many views on that channel at all back then, like none. And even for those standards, it was dreadful. And I was like, oh my god. The very next video I put out, which was a video about high-res versus pros thing, which I thought was just kind of like another video, was the like only video on my channel that ever has gone properly viral and like absolutely took off. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And still to this day, that one I thought was gold is like in my out of my recent videos, probably like the lowest viewed one of all of them. The other one is #1, so it's like
I feel that exact sentiment from TikTok. I didn't want TikTok for context. I don't want to get TikTok, but my mod team bullied me into getting TikTok, and I've been trying to, you know, I was like, oh, okay, well, I have the account, I may as well try and post what I think is good TikTok content, right? I posted some top quality meme fodder, right? The series of videos of me stirring, drinking, and then reading popcorn. It's beautiful. It's such Vine level content. It's great, right? I think it's wonderful. But like those videos combined, both of them have about 2,000 views. Meanwhile, I made a video about my sandwich that I make every day for lunch. And that has like 4,000 odd views. 4,000 something odd views. And I hate it. I hate it so much. That's something I put no effort into just gets double the amount than something I put time and thought about and was like, yes, this is comedy. I hate it. It's stupid.
Must have been a good sandwich. That's all I'm saying.
Have you not seen the video, Dan?
No.
Because
okay,
sandwich? all right. I'm gonna lay it out for you. Okay. Brown seeded bread to begin with. Nice wholemeal brown seeded bread. Soft layer of Lurpak. Nice salted butter, you know. A little bit of flavor, a little bit of buttery goodness on the sandwich.
I'm listening.
Some sharp, mature cheddar cheese as a base layer. Topped with some homemade honey glazed ham. Then on top, the sauces. A little bit of ketchup, a little bit of mayonnaise. Okay?
Ketchup and...
Yep. Yeah. But stay with me. Stay with me. We go over to the grill. Flip off the 2 hash browns I had grilling. Put those down on the sandwich. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper. Beautiful. Put some lettuce on there for a little bit of extra texture. Close up the sandwich with a piece of bread that's buttered on the top side this time around. A little bit of a thicker layer of butter on that top side. Put that back in the grill. Toast it up, nice and crunchy. Mwah, beautiful sandwich. Hit it again with a little bit of salt. Pair with a tasteful apple and a moderately sized piece of cake. Or 2.
I think my favorite bit of all of that was you flipping off the hash browns, walking past like...
Yeah, they deserved it, honestly. They slept with my wife.
Oh, dear. But that sandwich, it was a roller coaster, right? I was on board at the first, you know. Brown seeded bread is
great.
Is a terrible decision.
What? Wow.
Lurpak, cheese, ham. You're talking my language. As soon as the ketchup got into play there, I'm already.
You need the sauce. You need the sauce. Brings the flavor.
Like, you've almost got 2 great sandwiches. I think hash browns can be good in a sandwich. I think ham, cheese, and stuff like that can be good in a sandwich. But together,
You have to try it, Dan. You really have to try it. Because think about it. All it is ham, cheese, onion, and potato. That's really all it is. It's just fried.
Wait, where did onion come into this? Wait, sorry.
Hash brown. Hash brown has onion.
Oh, hash brown has onion.
Hash brown is just onion, potato, hash. That's all it is. There's onions and potatoes in a patty.
Hash with onions in. I'd love that.
What? That is what? What do you mean you've never had a hash brown with onion in it? That is a hash brown.
Hello? No, hash browns are just potatoes.
No. They have onion in the hash brown.
Am I wrong? Am I in the wrong here?
Yes, you are.
I mean,
What kind of hash brown doesn't have onion?
Really?
Yeah, if it was just potato, I agree with you.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Why would you want that in a sandwich? But no.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
That's you're wrong. Let's see.
Oh, I don't know about this.
You have onion in hash brown, you potato.
To the people who think hash brown has anything to do with hash, you could not be further from the truth. It's like, it's one of those things that I feel like outside of England, they go, what the hell is that? It's just
right.
Just potato.
It's like black and white pudding.
Potato triangle. Black and white pudding?
As in black pudding and white pudding.
Are we talking about different things entirely?
No, I'm saying it's hash browns not being known outside of the UK is just like how black pudding and white pudding. No, my God.
Black and white pudding. I'm like, what the hell is a hash brown? I've lost all sense of reality anymore.
Some other foods that might not be very well known outside of the UK are all the puddings that we have, like sticky toffee pudding, bread and butter pudding, suet sponge. There are more puddings.
Suet is awful stuff.
What? Get out. Leave.
It's basically just fat, isn't it?
It is, and that makes it wonderful. Okay.
Do you know what? I used to work in a Waitrose near my area, and it's where all the poshies used to go. And I remember on like my second day working there, someone come up to me and say, "Hi, do you know what the crousstards are?"
The what? Sorry.
What? I just looked at her. I was like, I'm not even gonna pretend to know what that is. Like, what the hell is a croustade? Turns out they're like these little, almost like little pastry shell things. But to this day, I have never come across one ever since. Like, I don't even know what they're. I looked at them and they're quite expensive as well. I just physically cannot understand what circumstance they would be used for. I'm hoping that some distant person in chat will know what a croustade is, because I have no idea.
I think I know what you're talking about. They're used for, what are they used for? I don't know. I am stumped.
Yeah, see, Supersonic's never heard of them either. No, I've never felt like more of a dirty commoner in my life. I was just like, it's not even that I don't know where they are. I don't even know, like, you know, if someone says, where's the Worcestershire sauce or something, you might not know exactly where it is, but you know where the sauces are. I was like, I don't even know. You could be describing, like, a pudding. You could be describing a household appliance. Like, what the hell is a croustade?
Steak and kidney pudding. You're going to tell me you don't like kidney now, aren't you?
I don't mind it. It's okay.
You don't like steak?
I like a steak and kidney pie. Steak and ale pie.
Okay, alright, okay. Alright, you're redeeming yourself a little bit there. Itty bitty Betty.
I feel like I have disappointed you throughout this podcast, to be fair.
I'm a little disappointed that you A, didn't think hash browns have onions, and B, don't like tomato ketchup in your sandwiches.
And I like ketchup in certain sandwiches, not with ham and cheese.
You have to try it, man. I'm gonna make you one. You gotta come up here and I'll make you one. That's what's gonna happen. I have decided.
Yeah, wait, when I pass through Stoke and Trent again.
Oh. I'll kidnap you.
I'm relaxing big time. This is delightful.
Good. That's you. It's really unfortunate that I can't share my music with you, because at the moment I got some lo-fi blasting. It's super chill and vibey up here.
Are you jazzing right now?
I'm really jazzing. I'm jazzing all the way up in this bench.
Jazzberry jam.
Don't you bring the dragons into this?
What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say?
You are going to say that Jade Dragons is just ghost gaming in a hurry.
What does that mean?
It's just ghost gaming, but they have hurry. They're in a rush.
Oh, right.
They're in a hurry.
That's awful. I know what I was going to ask. It's totally irrelevant to that. Is the mic still sound like a robot? I don't know what's wrong with Discord.
It comes and goes. I genuinely don't know, because we fixed it before broadcast.
It sounded fine before, apparently. So.
And now it sounds fine. But I bet you in 5 or 10 minutes it'll come back all robot-y. So I'm not sure what the problem is there.
No. That's weird.
Yeah.
I do apologize. It was when I remember just when we were on that Smite game stream, and I was listening to my own audio. I was like, well, hey, actually sounds good for once. And I go on the stream where you're playing, and I'm in the background. I'm like R2D2 in voice comms, like.
It really did surprise me, because I had the same experience. I was obviously watching you, and then I was like, hey, do you want me to join you for some games? And you were like, sorry, do you want to join me and Ty for some games? And you were like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And then you jumped into the Discord. I was like, what is wrong with your microphone?
Well, to be fair, at first my Discord mic had been hooked up to my webcam mic, so it was like
that's fair.
Some pathetic little thing, like a wimpy little thing in the corner. My Botty Smite. Honestly, my computer is just determined to change my mic input at every opportunity. It's like, what's that? Plugged in a webcam that's like 18 years old. Perfect microphone. I know you spent over £100 on your new one, but
that's it. That's the one. It is the chosen one.
What microphone do you have, by the way, Blazy? Your microphone is very nice. I like it a lot.
This is the streamer standard. It's like the one that all the big streamers use, or used to use. Yeah. I guess they've upgraded now, but this is the Shure SM7B.
Yeah, that's the classic.
Yeah, it's the classic industry standard, in quotation marks, microphone. But I liked it, and it gave me an excuse to get a what's it called? Not the Stream Deck that I have. Go XLR, that's the one.
Yeah, I want one of those, but they are so expensive.
They really are. And then
I'm a poor boy.
And then the worst part is, because obviously we left Europe, we did leave Europe. We've disconnected the internet lines. We're floating off into the Atlantic. Since we left Europe,
I like to fade off into the.
like, I don't know if you've ordered anything from abroad, but you have to pay these crazy import fees now.
Yeah, they're rough.
You yourself have to pay them. So I brought the mic and the XLR, and it came to about 250 quid total, which that's a lot, but that's okay, you know.
For your mic and an XLR.
Yeah, I can send you the link to the website if you like. They do really good prices on there, but the import fee was another £100 on top of that. It's crazy. And like, by the time I had paid the extra import fee, it would have been, it was only just about 50 quid cheaper than just buying it through Amazon and not having to deal with all the cheeky import fees. Although I brought my my new camera through Amazon, and they're still trying to hit me with import fees, which I'm not paying because so I got a letter from FedEx saying you have to pay an extra 80 quid for your new camera that got delivered. And I was like, well, okay, that would be great, and I would totally do that, except you've already delivered me my camera, and I didn't know that I had to pay this. I wouldn't have accepted this camera if I had to pay that much extra money. I would have just gone to a store and brought it in person, because at that point it goes beyond convenience, and that's just way too much money. So I didn't pay it, and then the letters kept coming, and then they sent me to a different company. Well, they tried to threaten me with court, and I was like, okay, take me to court. I have the piece of the Amazon seller's TOS saying that if there are import fees like that, you have to deal with them before the item is delivered. And it's also not my responsibility. It's the seller's responsibility to deal with them.
Drops mic.
And they need to be included in the listed price of the item, which none of these were.
Drops another mic.
Yeah, drops another mic, except please don't, because these are expensive and it's my baby. So yeah, they transferred me to a collection agency, and I'm battling that claim at the moment.
Godspeed.
Thank you. I sent them back an email. With the TOS in it, and I was like, you can't do this to me. And they were like, for every extra letter that we have to send you before receiving the payment, you will be charged an extra £15. And I'm like, fuck off.
Hey.
Sorry. It was warranted. We get one F-bomb, and I'm using it on this because it's ridiculous.
Do I get an F-bomb?
No, we get one between us, and I just used it. You got yours earlier before Front Page picked us up.
I'm just gonna wait until like the last second.
Don't get me in trouble. I really want to be able to do this again.
No, you're officially barred, I think, man.
No.
You're Blazy barred.
Hey,
that was a good one.
If
I'm gonna write that one down.
Wait, Dan. If I wanted to follow you into your profession, would I have to take the Blazy bar?
Hey. No, you wouldn't.
Oh. Would I just automatically become a Blazy lawyer?
It's not quite as catchy as the Blazy lawyer.
Lawyer bard. Legal bard. Yes.
Blazy training contract doesn't sound quite as simple, is it?
I love the creativity that people come up with. Whenever I'm in a particularly apathetic mood, I get called Lazy Lard, which is just great. Yeah.
Yeah, I get called Botty Swallocks by my chat.
Is that why that's your Discord name?
Yeah, that's just because of my plays, to be honest with you.
Right. Why is it Botty Swallocks exactly? Do you want to tell us the story behind that?
Oh, behind Betty Swallocks.
Mm-hmm.
Just talking about being front page friendly. Betty Swallocks, just play with the words in your head a bit, you know.
Well, that's what I was assuming.
Betty Swallocks.
I see. Yeah, I got you. It was a portmanteau.
Yeah, spoonerism if you're a basic bitch.
No, basic bench.
Basic bench. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
we go by good place rules. That's the safe way. Dan. You've seen
I
the
didn't. I didn't get my F bomb. I've got to get what I can get. Right.
you've seen the Good Place though, right?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
Oh, Dan.
If I'm entirely honest with you, I'm not really sure what it is.
Oh Dan, oh Dan, oh Dan.
All I've done is disappoint you all.
Oh Dan. Oh, you okay? Are you aware of Michael Schlaw? Are you aware of Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Yes, I am.
Are you aware of Parks and Rec?
I am.
Okay. Michael Schlaw was the executive producer behind both of those shows. And he is a fantastic producer. And also a fantastic writer. He's basically the Edgar Wright of TV sitcoms.
Right.
I don't have to explain to you who Edgar Wright is, do I?
No, that's okay.
Thank
that's
you.
what I want to do.
Good.
Yeah, thankfully.
And he made The Good Place, which is this philosophical sitcom about a group of people who have died and gone to the afterlife. And it is one of the funniest, most insightful shows I have ever seen in my life. It's incredible, and if you haven't seen The Good Place already, it is on Netflix, all 4 seasons. Go and watch it. Please, I implore you. If you take anything away from this podcast, I don't even want you to follow this channel. Go and watch The Good Place. But, you know, also...
You want to just, like, peace out now?
Also,
like,
no.
I'll leave you for the next 15 minutes. So go watch The Good Place for a bit.
Watch it in your own time, Betty. But, speaking of what people should do while they're here, Dan, what should the people do while they're here?
shop.spreadshirt.com/blazybard merch.
So close. .co.uk.
Right?
You were close though.
That's the bit I got wrong.
That was shop.spreadshirt.co.uk/blazybard merch. Where you can pick up some of these ethically made, renewably resourced pillows with now under the desk branding on them. No, not with my face on.
They might do.
No.
You should have their face on the inside, so if they ever like, just they don't even know about it, just spooks them one day.
You can also, as Midas has very elegantly pointed out, if you have an Amazon Prime account and you haven't already used your free Twitch Prime sub, consider using it on this channel here. It would really help me out. You can also hit the follow button here, and even if you're looking for even more content that you can go and find through this stream, you can head on over to twitch.tv/Bethy_Smite to find this beautiful chap.
That's the right place to be. What he said about using your primes, ignore it. Use them here.
Use them on Betty_Smite. That's the place to go.
Actually don't. It's like for reals.
But do though.
Because I, as anyone who's followed my stream for more than 3 minutes will know, my stream schedule is not sub worthy.
But give him money.
It's really creepy when I've got like in-ear headphones and you start whispering, because it sounds like you're like in my brain.
What if I do this? Do I just come through one earphone?
No.
What about here?
No.
Okay, I guess my microphone outputs into stereo rather than.
I think you're in, yeah.
I'm sorry, mono rather than stereo.
Yeah.
That's deeply disappointing. I don't have a directional microphone.
I'm sad for you, man.
Thank you.
Your ASMR career is crumbling in front of our eyes.
I'm just.
But I'm not gonna lie. I've never got ASMR. It's never like.
Yeah.
It's never been my thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat with you.
Is this a thing you should discuss on podcast? Is this like discussing?
Goddamn moths! Panic!
Is everything okay?
They landed on my neck. I hate it here.
ASMR moth attack.
I'm deeply uncomfortable.
I can picture the YouTube video. It's like ASMR, you're being attacked by a moth under your desk.
POV, you are terrified and Mothra attacks.
That's perfect.
Fear.
That is content, that is. Fear is the mind killer.
I am afraid.
Fear is the mind killer.
Is that what kills my mind? I'm pretty sure being alive kills my mind. Have you? Okay. All right. Here we go. Dan,
Okay.
if you could
cool.
be in any horror film, sorry, if you had to pick one horror film to be in, right? You had to go into this film, or at least the world of this film, and exist through a plot similar to the plot in the film, right? So if you for example chose the movie Alien, you would go through a xenomorph being on your ship and taking down your crew one at a time.
That sounds pretty dope.
Which horror film universe would you want to be a part of?
Ooh, okay. I'm between two. Well, so I'm thinking. I think Final Destination.
Really?
Just because some of the ways that they die are really funny. I think there's that one scene where I remember there are some actually good scenes. Like I don't think any of us who have seen that film could drive behind one of those log trucks and not expect to come flying off at any second. But some of them are just like, there's one, I don't know if you've seen it, where they are these two people go tanning. They're in a tanning booth, and basically there's like a huge door for some reason that they hold open with a bottle of like moisturizer, and you'll be shocked to hear that the moisturizer explodes open and the door closes. Oh no, they're trapped in. But they're in their tanning beds, and it's like plank of wood. I don't remember how it happens. It like flies through the air and perfectly shuts both things. And for somehow, I can't remember what happens, but the tanning beds get jacked up to 1,000. It's like the weirdest thing you've ever. It was clearly when they were running out of ideas. They're like, right, we've done like getting hit by a car or stuff like that. So let's just move on to. I don't know, plank of wood falls in your tanning bed.
Oh no!
Do you know? I don't know what the other one that came to mind was Saw, but then now I think about it, that's a terrible idea because they like, lose their limbs and stuff.
No.
And,
that sounds like the worst one. That's the worst one. Saw's the worst one. Or Alien.
What other ones are there?
I don't know, like Alien, Chucky, Scream. I would be a part of the Scary Movie horror franchise.
I don't think that counts.
but that's the least scary one. You have like Halloween, Friday the 13th.
I don't watch a lot of scary
Nightmare
movies,
on Elm
I'm a
Street.
massive wuss.
Same.
I'm a big poos.
I'm the same. I like horror films about as much as I like spicy food, which is I really like the taste of a lot of it. And I think it's really yummy, but I can't appreciate it great because it makes me feel pain.
I thought when you first started talking, I thought you said you liked horror films about spicy food. I was like, that is so niche.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Film about haunted chili.
I like the idea of them. When I'm actually there, I'm like, oh my god, I'm dying, or I'm pooing my pants.
Yeah. Like
you can guess if that's horror film or curry, by the way. Both equally accurate.
Horror film about spicy food be like Night of the Living Chili Pepper. Cinco de Mayo. Get it? Because it's like a riff on Friday the 13th, but Mexican, because Mexican cuisine is often very. Yeah, thank you. It was. Yeah. This summer, the Carolina Reaper.
I'm trying to think of a pun, but I can't think of enough horror films. I only got like, I'm just going around in my head like Chucky, Friday 13th. That's what I've got.
Chuck E. Cheese. Now that's a horror film. Chuck E. Cheese. What a terrifying thing. Who ever thought animatronics and giant mascots would be cute and fun? They're just terrifying.
I reckon, here's my conspiracy theory. The owner of Chuck E. Cheese actually invented Five Nights at Freddy's, so he could have it both ways. Kids who like animatronics go to Chuck E. Cheese, the kids who don't buy his game. That's pretty big brain. FNAF.
I don't like that idea.
Did you ever play Five Nights at Freddy's?
You know, I tried. It's just, the game kind of bored me, I'll be honest. Like,
It's just...
I guess I never really got it. Like, I never really got the mechanics down. So to me, like what was probably a very strategic game was just push buttons and sometimes you die.
Yeah, no, that is the game. there isn't really much strategy to it. It's just like, hey, do you want to just sit here and get jump scared? Like that's basically it. The thing that really got my goat was the fact that you're running a security system where it takes power to close a door.
Yeah.
And when you're not empowering it, it opens. I was like, that's not how a door works.
That's the gravity.
That's the opposite.
These are like big heavy metal doors as well, right? So it's like, surely if you turned off the power, the magnetic locks that are keeping them up would deactivate and they would just fall down.
That game series got insanely popular. Like, that had no right being as popular as it is.
Yeah, it's one of those, like, younger audience members got a hold of it, and there were a bunch of, like, theory crafters who had, like, dug into the lore at MatPat.
Shout out to Game Theory. Yeah, I was about to say that. It single-handedly took down that channel, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. And it's kind of like
that's just a theory.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Don't be a sheep, chat. Be a unique. Be a unique. Huh? It's like a sheep, but oh god, this. I guess Friday isn't the time for my best material.
Yeah, this is a test run, you know. Save you good stuff for the big stage.
Hi, front page. I'm Blazy Bard. I'm funny, I promise. Just not right now. That's all I had. Dan?
Wait, is it like stand-up comedy time?
Yep. Yeah, come on. That's you now. That's my time.
What's the deal with Smite?
What's the deal with Loki basic attacks? And why do they suck?
Oh, our chat's funnier than us. Like, not stand-up, it's lie-down comedy. That's like... That's a good one. That is a zinger right there.
Reminds me of I don't know if you remember this or if you ever even watched Britain's Got Talent, but they had a paraplegic kid on there, and he was a comedian, and his like big opening joke was, well, I would say I'm here to deliver you a stand-up routine, but obviously I'm sitting down, and it was so wonderful. It was really funny. He delivered it a lot better than I did.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a sad story for some reason. No. Talent is a dark place.
He was a funny guy. He was a really funny guy. I think his whole sob story was focused around how he became paraplegic, but like, it was a funny kid. And I really hope that he still pursued comedy. I hate shows like that because there are genuinely talented artists who have been turned down a slot on Britain's Got Talent because they didn't have a sellable story. And I hate that. Yeah. Same with X Factor. Same with The Voice. They're all...
I just can't believe they're still running. Who's watching those these days? They were fun in like 2004.
It's parents mainly. It's the older generation who still watch them for the most part. People who
Blazy,
are still...
Have you got a soundboard?
I do.
Can we get a laugh track going?
No.
Every time we throw ourselves a joke.
Because that would involve getting up from out of the desk, and I'm super comfy right now, and I don't really want to do that, so I'm not going to.
The laugh track going right now. That's classic Blazy.
It's classic lazy lad, is what it is.
I've had my windows open this entire time, and I've just had my first breeze in like 2.5 hours.
Oh, I've got Calvin running over there. You know, I'm actually going to turn him up because I'm so hot. Calvin, can you hear me from over here?
Let's give a shout
you can. Calvin, you rock. Yeah, he's doing his due diligence. He's sat on the couch at the moment, breathing on me. We love Calvin.
Sorry, every time I look at chat, I just get roasted one bit more. I actually stop reading it.
VERVXX? Question mark?
No, it was the one that said, "Don't need a laugh track. You don't say anything funny anyway." That's the short jokes nowadays.
Oh, I'm sorry, itty bitty betty boy. Itty bitty betty boy. Did you just say alumni of pain?
Said a long night of pain.
Oh.
I'm just getting bullied.
Oh. Call me DJ Ohm.
I am kicking back officially.
I love this show.
So, Blazy, what does the weekend have lined up for you?
Ooh, well, I got a light spot of packing that I want to get started on. So we're moving on Friday.
Ooh, it is. Wait, next Friday?
Next Friday, obviously.
I'm gonna get on that.
It's nearly not Friday. It's in fact 1 minute till it's not Friday.
Oh hey.
Well, hey. Whoa. Whoa. I touched my light bulb. And everything went dark. What? Right, yeah, so I'm gonna do a light spot of packing. Tomorrow I'm doing a Minecraft stream with Puffy, which will be quite fun. That's been pretty impromptu. Normally I do like a vote on my Discord for what game people want to see, but the numbers on that have been kind of diminishing recently. Since I've been away for a couple weeks, so people don't really I guess they aren't used to coming back on the Saturday for non-Smite content yet.
Right.
And that's fine. I don't mind too much. So I just figured this would be a fun kind of side move to play some games with Puffy, because I've only ever streamed Minecraft content with Puffy, and we're really good friends, and I love hanging out with him. We make really good content together, and we should do some more content together as well, Mr. Betty, because this has been an absolute pleasure.
Oh, of course, absolutely. It's been lovely. Was that your cue to end? Was that a subtle cue to end, or is that?
No, we got a little bit more time.
I thought you were like, and it's been nice doing stuff with you, but it's now time to leave.
Well, we
nice.
should go for another 15 or 20 minutes, and then that'll be our time.
Bellissimo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's nice. Minecraft's such a nice and easy game to play with people as well. Over lockdown, because a lot of my mates aren't really sort of gaming types. One of them played Minecraft for the first time, and he went in doing the classic, like, I don't get what I'm doing. And then I remember one day I just sort of in the evening we're like, oh, we'll log and play a few games, and I logged in a bit earlier than the rest, and I realized that he'd been playing like all day, 'cause his house, it was like a little dirt shack, was now like this huge mansion, bloody great thing. It had like a lava moat and stuff. I was like, oh my god, like, you've been at it. It's so wholesome, man.
Yeah, it's just one of those games that's so easy to play, you know. Like, not necessarily the mechanics are easy to learn or whatever, but it's just how do I explain it? Like, it's not easy to play as in it's an easy game. It's just easy to sit and get sucked into playing it for hours and hours and hours at a time.
Because the base concept is so simple, but it just naturally evolves so much. It gets so, like, as soon as you start realizing the possibilities, you're like, oh my god, there's so much I can do. Yeah,
it's very much that. I tend to go on, like, once every 4 or so months, I go on a Minecraft kick. The problem for me with Minecraft is that I run out of things that I want to do, and then I just stop, you know? Like, I remember I was on this one server, and my whole goal on this server was to build this giant underground castle lair thing.
Nice.
And like, it had multiple stories of like huge underground chambers, and like a meeting room, and like an enchantment room, and library, bedroom, you know, all this stuff. It took me a good 4 or 5 weeks to complete this whole project, you know, because I was doing it when I wasn't streaming or doing schoolwork. And then when I finished it, I was like, well, now what? I'm done. I've done the thing that I want to do. And people are like, well, why don't you just do a different thing? And I'm like, well, I don't want to do a different thing.
Yeah.
And I did my thing.
It definitely shows your personality, doesn't it? Because I feel like I'm very much like, I like building big buildings and stuff like that. My friend, he honestly made me a bit concerned about like who I'm friends with, because he as soon as he found out about village and stuff, basically set up like a mini slave trade. He made like a minecart track between the village and his house. I would like get them onto the carts and like shoot them back, and it had it was basically like loads of little like tiny rooms. Them they just had a bed and like one block of space, so you could trade with them easier. And I was like,
Oh
Jesus
no!
Christ, man, you just created this slave trade.
It's
in
not
Minecraft.
only a slave trade, but it's also a sex ring. He's forcing all these villagers
Yeah,
to
but,
breed.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Terrifying.
Shady, it's a shady man. But I think what's crazy to me about Minecraft was I remember first watching it on CNana's channel. It's a bit of a throwback, and this must have been, I can't remember what year it was. It was in alpha at this point, and look, I've gone back and watched those videos just like out of nostalgia, and it is so unbelievably basic. Even for Minecraft, it's basic. Like,
Yeah.
there's just nothing there. But I still remember as it like watching that when I was younger, thinking, "Oh my god, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life." I remember I bought it straight away, like immediately. Just me and my mate just rinsed it for days and days and days. And it's just crazy how and it's so funny that even now, kids who you think might get put off by how it looks like that, every kid, I feel like every kid you see walking around Tesco or Walmart, where there's got like a creeper shirt on, you know, it's just. There's something about it that's just crack for a child's brain.
Well, Minecraft has always really been about the possibilities. And there's something very uniquely attractive to about that for a child. Because they're still on that part of their lives where their brain is just really starting to slow down development. You know, so it's still got all these creative ideas and movements and these desires to create, which is so great. Now Minecraft is, you know, a really easy creative output tool for a lot of these young people. Like Minecraft was the first online game I ever played. I brought a new computer to play Minecraft. That was my first computer that I ever brought. It was to play Minecraft.
Get the big graphics cards for Minecraft.
I think this was like a. No, go on.
You go.
I was just gonna
Your
say.
podcast. You go ahead.
No, don't be silly. I mean, it is, but don't be silly. I was just gonna say. I think by big graphics card, this was like a GTX 920 something.
I think that's one I have. 970.
Oh. Wow.
I know. A little pleb machine. That's the job though.
That's adorable.
My first online game was Halo 2, and I still stand by that. It was the best online gaming experience I've ever had. So it was everyone's first game, so everyone had a mic, and everyone was just pure chaos.
Everyone knew your mother.
Yeah, no, it was just like, it was the Ring of Fire back there. Everyone was like 12 years old, screeching at each other. It was honestly some of the best times I ever had playing. I've still got my mic somewhere. It's this little like OG old Xbox one, and it's, I don't know, it's very nostalgic. It was just awesome. I love that game so much.
Was that your first game full stop, or was that just your first online game?
No, just first online one.
What was your first game?
My first, do you know what my first game was? It was, we got a PS2, but we had some like PS1 games that came with it, and we bought it. And my first game was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on the PS1. And I remember we did it and we won. And I fully expected like the money to come out. I was like, we won! We just won £1 million. I mean, I was like, I was really young. Yeah, I was really young. I was like only like, 19 or something. No, I was like 5.
Monk ass. How old are you?
No, I was like 5, and I was like, oh my god, I can't believe we just won £1 million. Why didn't we do this sooner?
And your family was just like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So it was that. I played a lot of Pokemon Blue. That was like my first game I really stuck a lot of hours. And then the Jak and Daxter games. They were my first ones I got like properly obsessed with.
Really?
I played Jak and Daxter 1 so much. Awesome game. Yeah.
We kind of had parallel growing up then, because I played a lot of Pokemon. Pokemon Sapphire was my first game ever.
Wow.
Yeah, that's my first ever game, first ever Pokemon game, and first ever shiny, my starter Torchic.
No, is that what you're, that's crazy.
First ever Pokemon. That's where all this came from. That's where all these Torchic and Blaziken love, and it's my favorite Pokemon. Always has been.
That's statistically bonkers. That's awesome.
Statistically impossible, but I don't think I even realized it was shiny until, I don't even know. I must have been a fair amount older.
Yeah. You know what scares me is that, so I played Blue, I played it to death. I played Pokemon Crystal, had like hundreds of hours in that. Pokemon Ruby had hundreds of hours in that as well. And it wasn't until I played all of those games that I even discovered shinies were a thing. And so I think statistically, it's with the amount of hours I put in, I almost definitely will have seen one and just like not noticed and just like ran away from it. And that haunts my dreams.
The pain, the existential dread. I feel that. I feel that on a personal level. Because I guarantee there's been a shiny or three that I've missed somewhere along my time playing Pokemon. But hiccups back. Because I got a PS2 as my first home console. Game Boy is my first ever thing. And the game series I really got into was the Legend of Spyro series, which is kind of like Jak and Daxter, but it wasn't like the OG Spyro games. Like, you know which ones I mean, right? The Legend of Spyro ones, where it was all like dark and Elijah Wood was the voice of Spyro.
No, I don't know.
They were good games, dude. They were good. They just don't get to. Good job. But like it was a trilogy. It was like Spyro, The Legend of Spyro, A New Beginning, or A New Dawn, or something like that, and then The Eternal Night, and what was the third one called? Guardians of something rather. But there were like these RPG style Spyro games, where you mastered the elements as you went. You got like experience that you could put into each element to like level them up. You had like Earth, Fire, Thunder, and
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Earth, Fire, Thunder, and Ice were your elements as Spyro, and then spoilers for this very, very old game. The main antagonist in the first game is called Cinder. She's another dragon. She's a black dragon, who's been corrupted by the Dark Lord. Uar, the Dark Lord. And she actually reverts after you beat her in the first game and becomes your friend. And then in the third game, you get to play as Cinder. The whole game is based around a co-op experience. One of you controls Spyro, the other one of you controls Cinder, and you're like linked by this magical binding. And Cinder's elements are darkness, poison, fear, and darkness, poison, fear, and shadow. No, I'm pretty sure that's just darkness. I don't remember what the fourth one is, but like it was seriously cool. It was a great game series. I really want to play them again.
That sounds like the Shadow the Hedgehog of the Spyro world.
It kind of was, but they were good, okay? And they didn't give Spyro a gun. Right?
That is something that's funny as a kid, is that you just have no concept of good and bad games. Like,
Very true.
You play anything when you're a kid. I remember the Spyro game I had is a game called it was Enter the Dragonfly, I think that's what it was called.
Yes.
And I remember looking it up a few years later. I was like, I wish I could speedrun of it or something, a bit of nostalgia. And literally, without fail, everyone refers to it as the bad one. I was like, I loved that game. That game was great. And like, I had a SpongeBob game, but it wasn't Battle for Bikini Bottom, which is the one that everyone remembers as being good. It was something about the Flying Dutchman, and it was like, looking back, I loved that game. I finished it, completed it, like collected everything. I was like, this is brilliant. And I look back on like gameplay of it now, and I'm like, oh my god, if I saw my child playing that, I'd be like, what are you doing with your life? Awful.
Yeah. I really want to go back and play some of those games from when I was a kid, starting with the Spyro trilogy, because I think people would really enjoy it. If anything, if nothing else, it would provide some great meme potential, because as I said, Elijah Wood, all right, Frodo friggin' Baggins voices Spyro in these games, and it is so bad. But like, the thing is, it's not even bad voice acting, it's just kind of mildly cringy, and I love it so much. It's so powerfully cringe, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the note of things that like haven't aged particularly well, I remember seeing. I don't know if you ever played Oblivion,
I
Elder
have.
Scrolls Oblivion,
Mhm.
but I remember when I went around my friend's house for the first time, and he had a 360. I was still, I just had an Xbox, and he had a projector on his wall, and he was showing me Oblivion, and he was like, "See that castle over there? If I want to, I can just go over there." And back in the day, like that was just like, what?
Yeah.
Just like explore this huge. This world is massive. I was like, oh my god, this is the most insane thing I've ever seen in my life. And you go back and play it now, and the render distance is like barely see to the end of a room. It's like that castle can't be more than like 10 foot away. And I was like, wow, amazing. It's just so funny how badly this stuff ages.
Yeah, I mean, you could even say the same thing for Skyrim. You know, like a lot of that game just kind of hasn't aged well. A lot better than Oblivion. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like, if you think about it, Oblivion aged a lot better than Morrowind, and Skyrim has aged a lot better than Oblivion did. So, like, I can only imagine in like 20 years' time when we have ES6 and probably, wait. Yeah, Skyrim's been out for nearly 10 years now.
It's been out for a long time, and on every console known to man.
Yeah. Do you know how I remember the release date of Skyrim? Do you remember Tobuscus?
Yeah, I do.
Tobuscus literal trailers. The literal trailer for Skyrim has 11111 dots. That's always how I remember the release date of Skyrim, because it was the 11th of November 2011. There you go. So yeah, in 20 years' time. Yeah, Jesus.
Sorry,
Tobuscus was a whole trip. No, that's perfectly acceptable. But yeah, so in 20 years' time, when we have what I guess ES7 by then potentially, we'll probably be looking back and going, "Wow, Skyrim aged a lot better than Oblivion, but it did not age nearly as well as 6." You know?
Well, the thing is, I think that something like Skyrim wouldn't age as badly as something like Oblivion, even though they're only a few years apart, because there are some design choices that just do not hold up well. Like, for example, having a huge RPG with hundreds, maybe thousands of voice characters and having like 6 voice actors in total. It's like, you regularly hear someone's talking to themselves. Like,
that's fair.
Yeah, so I don't know. I feel like that kind of 2007 onwards, that previous period is the one where it's gonna be a really like. I think everything's just gonna get remastered eventually, though. Like everything.
You think we'll have another remaster / remake renaissance?
Yeah, I think especially for maybe not something like Oblivion because it's got so much voice acting, but I mean you've seen Dead Space now. I think every classic 360 PS2 game will get remade pretty much. It's just so easy for developers to cash in on that nostalgia money.
Remade or remastered? There's a fine line. So a remake is when you redo something from the ground up and you completely remake all the assets. A remaster is something like the Mass Effect trilogy that recently came out, where it's all basically the same building blocks, but new textures are added to make the game look a little bit nicer. Maybe a few new design things, but for the most part, it's the same game.
And then you got Dark Souls remastered, where it basically is just the same game.
Yeah.
That was the most disappointing master release I've ever seen in my life.
I've recently been playing through DS3, and I still don't get it. You know, like
what, Dark Souls or Dark Souls 3?
Just Dark Souls and I don't get it. Like, it's fun.
Have you played the first one?
I played like maybe an hour or two of the first one.
Yeah, so I'm not one of these people that's like super in love with it. I found it really frustrating at first, but I really liked the first one eventually. I think the problem is that when you're bogged down in the moment to moment gameplay and getting your ass handed to you by like some random like for example in Dark Souls 1, the enemy that I could never, no matter how many times I played, could really easily beat was these huge clams. They're just like clams. I'm getting absolutely whooped by them. But I think what you start to learn about, there's so much depth to it that you don't see first time around, and then you realize how interconnected the world is, and you'll be in like one area and realize you can like see the edge of another area. And I don't know what, I really like their design philosophy. I was thinking about this the other day because like I love how much balls they had when they made their games in terms of they did not pander to anyone at all. So for example, there's an area in Dark Souls 1 where Let me see. So you've got Blighttown, which is like the worst place in the game. It's a big poisonous swamp. It's dark. The enemies there are super annoying. And there's like the way you go to the boss, and then when you defeat the boss, it leads them somewhere else. But if you go a totally other different direction into like the depths of this swamp, and you go up one little like route, it takes you to a room, and there's a fake wall. So if you attack the wall, if you guess there's a fake wall there, you find a chest, and it's like, well, hey, I found a little secret. But behind that fake wall is another fake wall. Behind this, it's like a fake wall. And if you go through there and then through this whole tree that takes like ages to get through, you then get to like this totally optional area called an Ash Lake, and it's a really beautiful bit of the game. And the game does not have a lot of music, but it has its own music. It's like warm like that, and it's like this whole really like intricate area. And if you weren't playing in the internet age, if this was the age back of like playing on PS2 where you just had like random game guides, you would never find this place. Like, you just wouldn't, because it's behind 2 invisible walls and this whole other additional section. And I don't know, I really respect that kind of style of just like, hey, we're gonna put this stuff in the game and we aren't gonna tell you anything. It's like, go find it, go have fun.
That's fair. But in Dark Souls 3, there's a giant tree thing that you kill by hitting it in the balls.
Oh yeah, I do remember. So I got about halfway through Dark Souls 3. That bit is very comfortable. There's huge like pustules. It's like...
I actually bugged that boss. I bugged it to death, Dan. It's supposed to the initial pustules, God, I hate that, are supposed to pop after like a quarter of its HP, right? And then it's supposed to like do a butt pound and like break the entire floor. I bugged it so that the main pustules just didn't pop. So I just got the first phase of the fight for the whole fight. It was great. Nice. Didn't have to see the giant mini hand.
There you go.
Bad touch. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I can understand like feeling the satisfaction of completely mastering a game's mechanics. That like when you started, you were completely helpless, right? You died to every enemy, and then getting to the point where you can theoretically go through an entire run without dying. Like, you see some of these people who are like, I'm gonna do a no death run of Dark Souls. Crazy people. I don't understand.
The craziest one I saw was a no hit run where a guy played, I can't remember whether he did Demon Souls as well, but he definitely did Dark Souls 1, 2 and 3 back to back without getting hit in a single run. His name is the Happy Hob, and it is honestly the most ridiculous. Like, most people couldn't do it for a single game. He did all 3 games, and it wasn't just that he did all 3 games separately. He did them like one after the other. Honestly, one of the most insane things I've ever seen in my life. But I do get what you mean. That appeal of getting super good isn't really my kind of style. I did like it for a bit, but Dark Souls is super frustrating. No doubt.
That's fair.
You're a brave soul.
Hey, Dan.
Hello.
Dan, it's past.
Yes.
You know what? It got to 12, and I was like, yeah, we'll go for another 10 or so minutes. And then we just kept talking, and I lost track of the last 25 minutes. So thanks for that.
Yeah, what can I say?
Dan, I've had a fantastic time tonight. This has been absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me on the show.
Oh, me too. Thank you for having me on. I feel very honoured.
Of course. Yeah, we'll have to do some more content together. That is I mean, I would say that isn't this, but I would totally have you back on the show, like, next week. I can't, there's another guest next week. I can't bring you on next week, but
Oh, thank you. It's been fun. I'm glad. I hope you enjoyed your moment in the spotlight.
Dude, there's been like 10,000 people in here.
I know, what the hell. The thing is, I just kind of, at first, I looked at the chat numbers sort of in the first like 15 minutes, and it was like 500 people. I was like, damn, 500 people. And then I just kind of forgot about it. And then I saw the chat kind of going. I was like, how many people are there? And it was like 15,000. I was like, play it cool. Cool. That's 15.
Guys, for those of you coming or still here from the Twitch front page, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. If you're new and you've enjoyed the content, please make sure to go down below and hit that follow button. If you want to see more Under the Desk, smash the follow button. Yeah, just hit it really hard. It deserves it. It slept with your mum. Why am I this way? If you want to see more Under the Desk, make sure to use !YouTube in chat. That will find you the link to not only my personal channel, but also the Under the Desk podcast channel, where you can find all the previous episodes, and also this one. If you missed some of it, you want to go back and watch it again, you'll be able to find this episode of the podcast up probably tomorrow or Sunday, one of those 2 days, typically when I am able to get around to downloading and uploading it too. If you would like to help support me as a creator, you can hit the subscribe button, or you can head on over to shop.spreadshirt.co.uk/blazybud merch and pick up one of these brand new pillows. They're super comfortable. There are Under the Desk ones. I've got mine coming. It couldn't be here on time, unfortunately. But there's also t-shirts and aprons and mugs and all sorts that you can find over there. There is a teddy bear with...
What more could you want?
There is a teddy bear with the Under the Desk logo on its t-shirt. Why would you not want that? But yeah, you can go and find the previous VODs. You can go and get merch. What else? You can go and follow our fantastic, wonderful guest. Dan, where can people find you?
You can find me on YouTube. Betty Smite Esports. Got to rep the Smite merch. That's like my channel. On Twitch, twitch.tv/Betty_Smite, and on Twitter as Dan__edits, which is such a bad name to plug.
We need a new name.
To be in a position where I was plugging that. So, but yeah, yeah, that's about it really. I think that's for you.
Dan, is there anything else? Any closing thoughts?
A hot dog is a sandwich.
I agree with these closing thoughts. As for me, ladies and gents...
Oh wait, no, I do have something else to plug.
Okay,
Go
on.
We have a Discord, community Discord. Thank you. It's really good. If you play Smite, or if you want to get into Smite, the Betty Discord, it's really good. People are nice there. I don't know why I'm pointing so aggressively. I'm like, they're nice, okay, damn it. But
that one! Yeah.
Okay, that's the end of my plug, I promise.
Okay. I also forgot to plug my Discord, but I won't do that now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again so much for tonight. We'll be back with more Under the Desk next week, where we'll be talking to Boop the Vivi, a new upcoming Smite content creator. One day we'll move out of Smite content creators and into the bigger world of creators. I promise you, chat. But for now, that is what that is. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. My name, as always, has been BlazyBard, and I still don't know how to time this. Dan, could you stare ominously into the camera for me real quick? Okay. Peach it on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Peach it!
Yeah!